and welcome to this live. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I pray everybody is doing well as you guys are jumping into this live. I pray first and foremost that everybody is doing well as you guys are jumping into this live. Now, to get us started in this live, I've got a bunch of questions for you. The first one I'm going to ask you is commitment old? Is commitment old? If commitment is old, just write in the chat, yes. But if you're someone who thinks, no, commitment is actually bold, commitment is something we still need today, just write in the comments the words me. So I should see yes from those who believe commitment is old, or me from those who believe commitment is bold. Side by side with that, guys, here's another question. If commitment is old, or if commitment is bold, what would happen if you were able to harness/use commitment to a whole new level? Someone let me know inside of the chat what would happen for you. Would you level up in your life? Would you be able to achieve and receive a whole bunch more in your life? Let me know inside of the chat, because today, inside of this video, inside of this session, inside of this live, what I'm going to be doing with you guys is I'm going to be sharing with you about how I have 898 reasons. Someone throw that in the chat, 898, right? I have 898 reasons to commit to what I'm going to be speaking about inside of this live session. Now, the other part of this, which I've also said in the title, if you're joining us on YouTube, if you're inside of YouTube, just put a hey in the chat. Maybe let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. If you're joining us on Facebook, just put the FB in the chat so I can see in the chat. If you're joining us from IG, which is Instagram, maybe put the IG in the chat so I can say hey to my IG audience. And if you're joining us on TikTok, you guys are by the side, just say hey inside of TikTok so I know you guys are with me as well. Now, just for administrative purposes, I want this to be super clear for you guys. TikTok still haven't given us the option to plug in our software. So as a result, we are still going live with TikTok on the phone, but I didn't want to leave TikTok out. I did not want to leave TikTok out because I know in the past we've had to leave TikTok out because they haven't been able to get access to the software. And that meant I've had to go live on TikTok separately, which I don't mind. I love going live on TikTok. It's actually quite interesting going live on TikTok. But those of you who are in TikTok, let me say a hi, let me see hi, let me see hey, all right? Welcome Anita, welcome Wendy, welcome Vicky. So many people are jumping in on TikTok, right? So welcome guys. Emily, welcome Sibs. Grace, welcome. So many are jumping in on TikTok. So guys, if you're on TikTok and you want the full experience of this session, come and join us over at YouTube. If you're on Instagram or Facebook and you want the full experience of this session, come and join us over at YouTube. And guys, if you're in YouTube, you are in the place to be. So just write the word me, okay? Because what I'm actually going to be speaking about today is how you can move further, faster in your future. Now, one of the big things that have caused this to happen today, okay? Why am I going live today, Thursday, okay? The reason I'm going live right now, the reason I'm going live today, what's caused this to happen today is earlier on today, I was in a coaching session with one of my coaches, okay? And we've got Gem B6 in the house. Welcome, Gem B6. Gem B6, let me know where you're tuning in from. And I didn't even do the courteous thing that I usually do to get us all started for me to start rocking with you. Here's the map. Apologies, guys. Here's the map. Here's the map. Here's the map. Let me know in the chat where you guys are joining us from. Are you in the UK? Are you in the US of A? Are you in Australasia? Are you in Asia? Let me know where you are tuning in from so I can greet you and cordially meet you, all right? Or virtually meet you. Let me add that in there. Where are you guys joining us from? Let me know where you're joining us from as you jump into the session, all right? We got Gem B6 who says IG, okay? And they said hey as well, hey as well. Gem B6, let me know if it is it Gemma. Let me know your name clearly so I can address you properly, right? But guys, the map is up. You guys let me know where you're tuning in from in TikTok as well. You guys can let me know. Anita, let me know. Michelle, let me know. Mayless, let me know. Lucy May, let me know. Amara, let me know. All of you guys, just let me know where you're tuning in from, wherever you are. Okay. So Gem is in Manchester, absolutely amazing, in the UK. Not the US of A. I love it, all right? And Gem, welcome to the live. I don't know if this is your first time in the live with me, but if it is, congratulations, you are in the right place. Now, let's jump into this live, okay? All right, I love that. Gemma is fine, okay? So, I want you guys to understand something, okay? Today I was in a coaching call with one of my coaches, and I know what some of you are thinking. Oh, Samuel, have you got a coach? How can you have a coach? Don't you coach people? And my answer is 100% unequivocally yes. I do coach people. And people do pay me tens of thousands of pounds to be inside of my coaching program. We have a roundtable mastermind program, which is a £50,000 investment to be a part of. And we have business owners in there, which are literally achieving £500,000 in cash flow revenue added to their business after working with me and my team. Okay. So yes, I do have people that pay me for coaching, but I believe that you're deceived if you don't realize and receive this information. What's the information? The information is that a person should not actually even be qualified to coach you if they themselves do not believe in coaching enough to go and get a coach. Okay? If someone understands what I just threw in the chat, just put yes, the likes are blowing up in TikTok, let's go. All right? If someone understands what I just said and you believe that and you receive that so you can achieve that, someone throw in the chat the word yes, so I know I'm talking to the right people. Okay? Because that's my fundamental belief. My fundamental belief is that you need to lead by example. Don't be telling people to do stuff that you're not willing to do yourself. Because if you're telling people to do stuff that you're not willing to do yourself, guess what? That's called a hypocrite. So let's go further. In my coaching call today with one of my coaches, I asked an interesting question, and part of the answer was, Samuel, I think you should commit. If I was you, I would commit. The thing to do is to commit to an upload schedule on the platform you desire to add value at the highest level. All right, the likes are coming in on TikTok crazy. All right, let's go. All right. I love that. TikTok's already started throwing in the question. What moments in life would you say shaped you for who you are today, Samuel? I'm going to answer that question as we get through this live. I'm loving that. Who asked that question? That came from Cassie. Cassie, thank you ever so much for that powerful question. We're gonna actually answer that question as well. All right, guys, please remind me in the chat at some point throughout the session to make sure I answer that question, because I think that question is actually going to be kind of fundamental to what we're talking about, what we're going through, how I'm sharing stuff with you as well. All right, so guys, if you'd like me to start breaking down some stuff, if you'd like that, just write I would in the chat. Again, TikTok, you guys can do the same. I would in the chat. If you want me to start breaking down some stuff in the Samuel I Can Win fashion and get Samuel I Can Win-esque and literally just start showing you guys exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Because that was my instruction, okay? And I believe in instructions. That was my instruction I got from my coach today. Samuel, why don't you commit to a consistent upload schedule, okay? And guys, I'm making that commitment, and this is part of the reason I'm going live, because I don't think I'm the only person in the world who needs to make a commitment right now. I have a slight feeling inside of me that some of you guys also need to make a commitment right now. And that's a commitment to being the true you. That's the commitment to allowing the true you to shine through. That's a commitment to say, I do. Oh, someone's connecting the dots right now. You see, because when we say I do, when I said I do 13 years ago on the altar, guess what? I made a commitment, and that commitment was not just to my wife, that was a commitment for my life. If someone's feeling this, just write in the chat the word life. You see, there are some people who make commitments to their wife, but they don't make that commitment for their life. Someone throw the word life in the chat. XJ in the house, let's go. Okay, I see it. Bana says life, let's go. Okay. You see, there's a difference between making a commitment to someone's wife and making a commitment to your life. And this is what I want to break down for you guys today. So, firstly, let me ask you guys, do you want me to tell you about the commitment I'm making, or do you want me to start breaking down commitment? Because here's the funniest thing. If I break down commitment, I think it's going to be more valuable for you to see how you can start to do some new things in your life when you start letting commitment come through. All right. So here's the question. Should I break it down? Okay. Should I break it down, or should I share mine? So B for break it down, Samuel, and S for share yours, Samuel. And either way, we'll get into both. But I think it'll be more valuable for you guys if I break it down first. So let me know in the chat, B or S, B or S. Let's see. Okay. Let's go. Bana says B, Samuel, break it down. I love that. Okay. So B first, XJ says, okay, it's coming through. Break it down, break it down. All right, break it down. So everyone wants me to break it down, right? So I'm going to break it down. Commit. Someone write in the chat the word commit. Someone write in the chat the word commit. And guys, I came prepared. I got my water here. I've got an orange here, okay? I came prepared, all right? Someone write in the chat the word commit, because I'm going to share with you the Samuel I Can Win definition of commit. Now, look, guys, I'm going to be very transparent with you. Excuse me, guys, on TikTok, I was just pouring some water, okay? I didn't disappear. I was just pouring water as I leant forward. I'm going to share with you the Samuel I Can Win definition of commit. And the reason I'm telling you this is because you're not going to find this definition on Webster's. You're not going to find this definition in Brown's. You're not going to find this definition somewhere else. You're going to find that definition right here, right now. Someone write in the comments right here, right now. Let's go. What is it to commit? To commit is the action associated with an alignment or affiliation. Okay? I'm going to say it again in case you need to pick up your pen. All right? To commit is the action. Someone write in the chat the word action. Associated. So it's not an action that you're just taking. It's not getting up in the morning for the sake of getting up in the morning. But here's the funniest thing. No one gets up in the morning for the sake of getting up in the morning. Oh my gosh, someone's catching this right now. Why do we get up in the morning? I'm going to tell you why we get up in the morning. XJ says action. The reason we get up in the morning is because we have made a commitment to something. Commit is the action associated with some form of alignment. Here's a great question. What have you become aligned to? Okay? What have you become aligned to? Why are you asking me that, Samuel? Because the moment you recognize and realize what you've become aligned to, guess what's going to happen for you? You are going to start to realize what you've committed to. Okay? To commit is the action associated with an alignment or an affiliation. Okay? So it's not always alignment. Sometimes it's alignment, but sometimes it's affiliation. Sometimes you've just got so cozy. You've just got so cuddly. You've just got so connected to something that now you have committed to it. That now you are taking actions for it, in it, and in relation to it. Okay? If this is helping someone, just write in the chat, helping me. If this is helping someone just write in the chat, helping me. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. If we've already started to unpack some stuff, which you're literally thinking, look, Samuel, this is helping me already. We ain't even got into the deep stuff. Look, I got my lesson from the other day on here. Let's go. Let me shift that and we'll come back. If this is helping someone, just write in the chat, helping me. Let's go. Okay? Barna says, you're preaching, Samuel. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm here to bless the community right now. Let's go. All right. And for those of you on TikTok, I'm going to say this. If you're on TikTok, my encouragement is jump over to YouTube. Go join us on YouTube. I love TikTok. I want you guys to keep blowing up on TikTok, right? But jump onto YouTube. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm going to be drawing, all right? I'm going to be drawing on my tablet, all of this stuff that I want to bring to TikTok, which TikTok doesn't let me do right now, okay? And I see that share. Who shared the video? Who went that deep, all right? But Barna, let's go. Barna is not joking today, all right? So if you are on TikTok, maybe just get your TV in, Samuel I Can Win, all right? Get to the channel, Samuel I Can Win, and jump on the live as well, all right? Let's go. So Gemma says, this is helping me. I love this, all right? So let's go deeper, because I want to give you guys the real reality, okay? So the board is on. Let's use the board. Oh, there we go. This is what happens now when I don't get the whole thing prepped up. All right, cool. Let's just jump into it. All right, let's jump into it. You guys asked me to break it down. I'm going to break it down, and we'll come back to the board in a slight moment. Now, I shared with you guys that to commit is the action associated with something you have an alignment with. Someone write in the chat the word alignment, or some kind of affiliation with. All right, so we're talking about alignment or affiliation, alignment or affiliation, alignment or affiliation. Now, why is this so important? Why is this so profound? Why does this stand out? Why does this change people's lives? I'm going to tell you why. What you commit to is determining what's happening to you. Okay? What you commit to is determining what's happening to you. And I'm unfortunately going to have to tell you something which I don't think you wanted to hear today, but I know it's going to help you today. And the reality is some things we don't want to hear are going to help. So even if we don't want to hear them, we should want to hear them so we can get the help. So let me give you the thing that you might not want to hear, but I know is going to help. The thing you may not want to hear, but I know is going to help, is the fact that most of the commitments most people make each and every day are unknowing commitments. Okay? Most of the commitments people make every day are unknowing commitments. Now you're going to be saying, Samuel, how do you know that? I'm going to tell you how I know that, because I used to work in schools as a secondary and A-level math teacher. And one of the fastest things I discovered when I was working as a secondary and A-level math teacher is the curriculum and agenda the staff has is not necessarily the curriculum and agenda the students have. I'm going to say that again in case you need to pick up your pen. The curriculum and agenda that staff have may not be the same curriculum, Bissy, Rachel, Evie, may not be the same curriculum and agenda that the students have. Now, Samuel, why is that so paramount? Why is that important? Why did you bring that up? I'm so glad you asked. The reason I'm sharing that is if you go to a school, a place of education, and in that place of education, the curriculum, the training material, the content, the information they've placed together has not been created and crafted for your best interest. Hello, somebody. Houston, we have a problem. Now, you might be saying, Samuel, why do we have a problem? I'm so glad you asked. The reason we have a problem is because you now have no idea why they may be doing what they're doing. You now have no idea why they may be teaching you from this book, why they may be opening up to this chapter, why they may be laser focusing in on this element of history. You have no idea, okay? And I don't know how our timer came up, but it is legit. Let's keep moving on, all right? Guys, I want you to understand how this works. You're gonna have no idea, and if you've got no idea, guess what's happened? You have a handicap. You're at a disadvantage when you should be at an advantage, okay? So if this is making sense, someone write the word B in the chat for break it down, because we're going to start to break this down. I want you guys to catch this, okay? I want you guys to catch this. Restoring Hope, welcome to the live. I want you guys to see how this works, because for many of us, this is what is actually destroying our lives. We've made commitments to things we weren't aware of when we made commitments to them. We made commitments to things that no one told us what would be the eventual outcome of those things. And guess what happens? If you make a commitment to something that you do not know what you're committing to, it's only a matter of time before that commitment comes up and shows off to you. And it may show off in a positive way, it may show off in a negative way. 9 times out of 10, if it's a commitment you didn't sign up to, guess what? It's probably gonna show off in a way that you do not expect. Now, I feel like helping you guys, so I'm gonna share something that I wasn't planning to share, okay? Pop is back, let's go. Declan in the house. Declan, welcome back. All right, guys, I'm gonna do something that I wasn't planning to do, but I just think it's gonna help you guys, right? And if you guys would like their help, just write me in the chat. Just write me in the chat. If anyone would like their help, just write me in the chat. Now look, I'm keeping it super transparent today because of what I'm gonna be talking to you about in this live. Okay, so this is my devotional journal. Okay, this is my devotional journal. Okay, my devotional journal. I see you, Barna. Let's go. I see you, Declan. Let's go. Right? This is my devotional journal. Now, in my devotional journal, every single day, I typically read the chapters of the Bible I'm reading for devotion. I'll take notes, and I usually write those notes in here, okay? Since one point of this year. Now, you can see, those of you who are joining me with the professional camera, you can see what I've written in there. You can see I'm drawing diagrams in there. Those of you on TikTok, I'll let you have a look here, okay? And you can see this is today. The date right there at the top is Thursday, okay? This is today, okay? This is literally today, okay? Now, this is an interesting journal. I do actually advocate this journal. I'll encourage you to go get this journal. But I'm going to start breaking some stuff down because I think this is going to be helpful. Now, I'm going to share this as well. If you are an investor, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are an educator, if you are an influencer, if in any way, shape or form you fall into any of those categories or you desire to be in any of those categories, what I'm going to be sharing with you today is fundamental for your future. Okay? It is fundamental for your future. And as I start to unpack this stuff, you guys will be the judge. You can tell me if what I'm sharing is fundamental for your future or not, or if I'm just making it up. Let's go. I was studying the Bible today. One of the things I stumbled across was 2 Kings chapter 11, verse 18. 2 Kings chapter 11, verse 18. And it made me realize something. It made me realize that there are enemies in this world, right? But these enemies typically have 3 things which they want us to embrace. And I'm going to share with you what they are. The first thing is the enemy's places. Someone write in the chat, places, okay? Someone write in the chat, places. Coach Mandy, Brother Samuel, comments are off on YouTube. Said he is not able to comment. All right, this is crazy. Comments should not be off on YouTube, but that would actually make sense because the last times we've gone live on YouTube, there's been some issues. So Mandy, thank you ever so much for letting us know. And those of you who are joining us inside of YouTube, it's crazy that we haven't been told that before, all right? So they shouldn't be off. They shouldn't be off. All right, they shouldn't be off, Mandy. Okay, the comments look like they're on. And whoever's joining us on YouTube, all of you guys who are on YouTube, try and comment, try say something, right? Try say something in the comments, let us know, okay? Those of you joining us on Facebook, write something in the comments, let us know, okay? Jay Ofori, welcome to the live. Gemma has literally been blowing it up on Instagram, and Instagram's coming through. TikTok we know is coming through. So guys, whatever platform you're joining us from, let us know in the comments, let us know in the comments, let us know in the comments, so we can know that you guys are highly connected. Now, regardless, okay? I know these comments are coming through, so I'm gonna keep going on and giving value to you. All right, and Mandy, thank you for that update. Lily Wayne, welcome, and Nanny Plum, welcome. All right, house is jumping. Michelle, let's go. All right, and Mandy, thank you for that as well. All right, so let's keep it moving. So the first thing that the enemy is actually attempting us to commit to, which we don't need to commit to, is the enemy's places. Okay, the enemy's places. Someone write in the chat the word places. Okay, now this is crucial and key. Why? Because if you frequent the enemy's places, you are gonna leave your holy spaces. Okay, so that's one of the things the enemy's literally trying to get you to do every single day. Commit to the enemy's places. If you are an investor, one of the ways you can end up committing to the enemy's places is investing in the wrong property. If someone understands what I'm talking about, just write in the chat. I do. Declan, I see you. Let's go. Okay. So if you invest in the wrong property, you're committing to one of the enemy's places, okay? Hope you guys are catching this, all right? If you are an entrepreneur, how do you commit to some of the enemy's places? That's where you start going to trainings that are not ordained for your leveling up, okay? That's when you go find yourself a coach who you have no alignment with for your assignment. This is what's happening to many people in this world, okay? Barna says, I do. This is helping me. Declan says, I do. Okay. All right. So you guys are understanding what I'm talking about. Let's go deeper. If we can go deeper, someone write in the word deeper in the chat. Because there's 3 things the enemy wants you to commit to. And as long as you don't commit to those things, guess what? Everything can change for you. Life can change for you. Let's go deeper. So the first thing is the enemy's places. The second thing is the enemy's porches. Now, I know for some of you guys, you're going to hear porches and you're going to be like, Samuel, what are you talking about? Ain't that some spot outside my front door? Well, yes, but not exactly. Let me break it down a bit for you, okay? In the times of old, in Old English, in the Bible, the times in which the Bible was translated in English, Old English, right? That's the language that the King James Version is written in. The term porches literally relates to what today we would call altars. Someone write in the chat, altars, A-L-T-E-R-S, altars, okay? A-L-T-E-R-S, altars. Now, what is an altar? An altar is a place where someone would go to offer a sacrifice to whoever they worship. An altar is a place and a space where a person will go, a people will go, a community would go in order to offer up their sacrifices to whoever they worship. Now, Samuel, why is that so relevant to what I'm talking about? Because it's the altars which the enemy wants people to commit to. Let's go. All right. So again, like I said, guys, this is off the notes, but I'm just sharing it with you. Okay. The enemy wants you to commit to 3 things. The first one is the enemy's places. The second one is the enemy's porches. The porches are the places where the enemy's doing their work. Now, those of you who've been following me for a while, you might have heard me talk about gates and how gates throughout the Bible are exchange places. And most people don't realize that. Most people just hear the word gates and they either think about Bill or they think about walking through a front door, okay? Gates in the Bible. Let's go. I see you, Declan. Yes, sir. Catch the replay on YouTube. Let's go. Okay? Let's go. Barna says, my God, you are leading us somewhere, Samuel. Let's go, Barna, because I want to help some people today. Let's go. Now, if you understand what gates are in the Bible, gates are an exchange place. They're where transactions happen. They're where people's destinies are given and taken away. If you go study Proverbs chapter 7, Proverbs chapter 8, it talks about the strange woman that calls the young men away at the gates. Why? Because the gates biblically are always exchange places. Okay? So because exchange places are gates, okay? What that basically means, Declan, I don't know yet. Declan, you got, if you're not following, follow. Guys, let me just say this right now before we go deeper. If you are getting any value on this live, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Samuel I Can Win. Follow on whatever platform you're on and just literally direct message me or message me, okay? Just so that you are telling the algorithm, I want more content like this, okay? Because if you don't do that, the platforms don't know. We've got to train the platforms on what they need to do for us, okay? So Declan, hopefully that's helpful, all right? Hopefully that's helpful. North, you're welcome. Abina's in the house. Let's go, all right? So I want you guys to understand how this works. Gates are exchange places. They are the places where value is given, value is taken, okay? Now, I'm gonna share something with you. Your eyes and my eyes are gates. Someone write in the comments the word eyes. Let me even draw that so you guys can see what I'm talking about, okay? Eyes are gates. Why? Eyes allow things in and things out, okay? Let me tell you something. Ears are gates. I see you, Bonner. Someone write in the chat the word ears. Ears, that looks more like a butterfly than an ear. Apologies, guys. You can tell Samuel I Can Win's been drawing butterflies lately, for those of you who've been on TikTok. Someone write the word ears, okay? Ears are gates. What does that mean? What you allow in your ears is going to actually have an effect. It's going to have a detrimental or an adverse or a productive and positive effect. Why? Because your ears biblically are exchange places. Your eyes are exchange places. Your ears are exchange places. If you guys understand what I'm talking about in terms of gates, just write in the comments, I do. So I know I'm with the right people and I know you guys are getting this. Eyes are gates. What you allow yourself to see. Job said in the Bible, for those of you who are like, Samuel, are you making this up? In the Bible, Job said something powerful. He said, I have made a covenant with my eyes. He said, I've made a commitment with my eyes that I will not look upon X, Y, Z. Why? Because he understood his eyes were gates. If someone's getting this, just right, I do. Barnes says, I do. Let's go. Okay? So you guys are getting this. This is good. Okay? So eyes are gates. Ears are gates, and we have other gates as well. We just don't have, this isn't a discussion about gates, so I don't have the time to go into all of that, right? Gemma says, I do. Let's go. You guys are getting it. So let's go deeper. And remember, guys, I got to get back to the actual point, right? Because I'm kind of on the sidelines right now, giving you guys something else that I think will be helpful. So let's go deeper. So the enemy wants you to commit to the enemy's places. The enemy wants you to commit to the enemy's porches. Here's the third one, right? And the third one is actually the most important because the third one is the way and the one that catches most people, okay? And I'm not talking about off guard. It just catches most people because it is what it is, right? If you guys want the third one, just someone throw the chat free. Someone throw in the chat free. Throw the number 3 in the chat if you're ready for the third one. Because I define to you, the Samuel I Can Win definition of the word commit is the action associated with an alignment or with an affiliation. Now, why is this so important? I see that 3 in the chat. Let me tell you why it's so important. It's so important because if the enemy can get you to have alignment with his places or her places, if the enemy can get you to have alignment with his porches, his places of doing business, his gates, his exchange places, his porches, if the enemy can get you to have alignment or an affiliation with his places and his porches, if you are an investor, I apologize. If you are an influencer, I apologize. If you are an educator, I apologize. If you are an entrepreneur, I apologize, because it's only a matter of time before things stop being fine. Let's go into the third one. Let's go. The third one, the enemy wants you to commit to the enemy's places, the enemy's porches, and unfortunately, the enemy's pictures. You see, you may have heard, if you haven't, you're going to hear it now. A picture tells a story of 1,000 words. I don't know if you've heard that before. Just write in the comments. I have. You see, they say a picture tells a story of 1,000 words. But here's something interesting. I heard this content creator on YouTube, he's also on Instagram, he said something profound. He says a picture tells a story of 1,000 words, but a video tells a story of like 1,000 pictures. I want you to think about that. If a picture tells a story of 1,000 words, but now we have video, and video can kind of like tell a story of 1,000 pictures, do you guys understand that if you are watching the wrong videos, if you are watching the wrong content, you are signing up for being messed up? If someone understands that, just write in the comments, I do, okay? Because what I'm about to share with you in terms of this commitment that my coach was talking to me about today, guys, I believe in the words of Jim Rohn, this is going to turn you every which way but loose. Let's go. Bana says, I do. Gemma says, I do. Okay, this is good. Let's go. All right, let me start breaking this down. I want to share with you guys why I have 898, someone write in the chat, 898 reasons to commit to what I'm going to be talking about in this live for this short period of time. My 898 reasons are this. 891 human beings have decided to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay? There are 891 people who at some point in their life said, you know what? I think this is valuable enough for me to follow or subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay? So 891 reasons why I'm making a commitment today to show up and shine on the platform of YouTube on a regular basis. 891 of those reasons are you guys right here, you guys right here. Those of you who've taken time and pressed that little, usually red button and said, I'm subscribed, I'm along for the journey. I want to see what Samuel's up to. I want to see what he's sharing, because I understand that this guy who's married, who has 6 children, who homeschools his children, who replaced his income in 2016, who's been teaching about property investment from a biblical perspective, who's been sharing with us that it's about cash flow over equity, who's been helping us create consistent and colossal cash flow using resources and revenues hidden in plain sight. In fact, whilst other coaches are telling you they'll help you become financially free in 5 to 10 years, he and his team have been making people financially free within 3 to 12 months, and they've got receipts. That's the first reason that I'm committed. That's the first 891 reasons that I'm committed. Now, yes, I'm also committed because of my faith. I'm also committed because of my wife. I'm also committed because of my family. I'm also committed because of my children. I'm also committed because I understand that there are sharks out there. There are wolves in sheep's clothing out there. If someone's understanding what I'm talking about, just write in the comments, I do. I'm also committing because I understand that if you have a choice when you wake up to watch something wholesome and healthy versus watching something loose and ludicrous, if the people who have value that is wholesome and healthy don't show up, then you are left with only being able to watch the loose and ludicrous. And this is why today I commit to you, my people, okay, those who have subscribed and those who plan to subscribe, those who have subscribed and those who are going to subscribe, those who have subscribed and those who say, you know what, I subscribe. I'm making a commitment today to show up and shine for you guys. Now, if you guys are happy about hearing this, just write in the comments, I am, okay? Because what I'm gonna do right now, like I said, I'm gonna take the question that came on TikTok in a moment too. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start showing you guys some stuff. I'm gonna start showing you some stuff which is gonna be super helpful for you. And guys, I'm gonna say this again. If you are on TikTok, jump onto YouTube so you can see the whiteboard doodles that I'm doing. So it's just super clear for you, okay? Because what I'm gonna be sharing with you, yes, follow along on TikTok. Hear what I've got to say on TikTok. Tap that screen on TikTok because TikTok knows what you mean. I get it, all right? Do all of that, okay? And I like TikTok, even though I've only been here for a minute. And I'm gonna continue to be on TikTok. I'm gonna figure out how you guys can be part of the software so you guys can see everything the same way everyone else does. But for now, just help me and jump over to YouTube. You can have both open at the same time if you want, and you don't even have to subscribe. This is not a shakedown, okay? This is me just trying to add value. So let's jump into it. So I shared with you guys that the enemy has an agenda. The enemy's agenda is to get you to basically, the enemy wants to get you to sign up to the enemy's places. The enemy wants you to be doing transactions at the enemy's porches, and the enemy wants you to embrace and believe the enemy's pictures. Now, I'm going to share some stuff with you guys. Guys, if I can go deep, if I can start like showing you some behind the scenes, someone write BTS in the chat. Someone write BTS. Let's see if you guys really want this, okay? Or let's see if this is just Samuel I Can Win ranting today. Because here's the thing, I'm going to say this to you guys, right? As I make this commitment, Matthew says T, let's go, right? As I make this commitment, I'm going to share something with you I want you guys to understand. Oh, TS. Sorry, Matthew was writing TS. I was like, write BTS. He wrote TS, and I was like, TS. I didn't get it. All right, cool. BTS. BTS stands for behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, okay? I learned that from one of the videographers I worked with a few years ago, right? So those of you who want behind the scenes, write BTS, okay? And those of you who are on TikTok, you're not going to see the behind the scenes. They're only going to see it on YouTube, right? So, so come over to YouTube. All right, cool. Let's go deeper. Now, the enemy wants you to sign up to the enemy's places. The enemy wants you to be doing business at the enemy's porches, and the enemy also wants you to be embracing the enemy's pictures. Now, this is what it is, okay? But we can change this, all right? And those of you who are joining us on Instagram, those of you who are joining us on YouTube, let me know in the chat. Those of you who are joining us on Facebook, let me know in the chat. Write the letters BTS if you'd like me to give you some of the behind the scenes, okay? Gemma says BTS. All right, let's go. All right, so let me show you something real quick, all right? This is just to help you guys, all right? So I've rubbed this off. I've got 898 reasons why to commit to create content consistently on a platform like YouTube, okay? The reason I'm gonna do it on a platform like YouTube is because Facebook just recently announced that after 30 days, it's pulling down live stream videos. So what does that mean? That means if I create a library of content for you guys to help you move further, faster in your future, and I put it on Facebook, Meta, and those of you who are on one of my recent trainings, you know what Meta means in Hebrew. Meta means death. Then that's what's gonna happen to my content. My content is going to die. And the problem with that is then my content can't help you. And if you watch one of my videos and you're like, Samuel, this really helped me, like I need to watch the replay of that, and I'm like, well, in 30 days it's gone, that doesn't help you. And as content that is community service content I'm creating to help you guys, that doesn't make any sense. So do you guys understand why I'm not going to make a commitment to be creating all this content on Facebook? If you do, just write in the comments, I do. So I know I'm with the right people, okay? And guys, let me say this as well. If you are, Barna says, joining you on YouTube, let's go. Barna, I'm gonna say this to everyone. If you jump from any platform onto YouTube and you get onto this live, just write inside of YouTube, I'm here or something, right? Let me show you some love as well. Because I might even have to give you something as a thank you for taking action, because action takers are money makers. All right, and I want to bless people. I want to bless people for being a part of this journey. This journey is not one-sided. It shouldn't be one-sided. I believe in win-wins. That's why behind me, you guys can see it says win. W-I-N. Not just because I'm Samuel I Can Win. It says win because I believe in win-wins. Okay, and it's because I believe in win-wins that I've decided I'm not going to create my library of content going forward on Facebook. Why? Because Meta means death, and it's just going to kill my stuff. After 30 days, it's going to pull it down. So if you watch something on the 29th day and you're like, this is super fire, I want to share this with the other people in my family, and you share it with them and 2 days later it comes down, that's no good, okay? So if you guys understand, just write in the comments, I do, so I know that I'm with the right people, all right? Now let's go deeper. So that's the first thing. That's why I'm not creating this content on the platform primarily of Facebook, because Facebook can just destroy the stuff. Facebook can just pull it down. Now, guys, this is not me saying I don't like Facebook. Please understand this, okay? Why am I not saying I don't like Facebook? Because Facebook is the first social media platform I ever went on. I have literal, like, affinity. I'm committed to being on Facebook because I have an affinity to Facebook. Now, some of you guys who've been tracking with me from the start of this live, you're going to get what I'm talking about. Because, oh, Samuel, it makes sense now. You said to commit is to take an action which is associated with some kind of affiliation that you have or some kind of an alignment you have. So now you guys get it, right? I've got an affiliation with Facebook. Like, I just like Facebook. It's the first platform I was ever on. It's the reason why I was so slow to go onto Instagram, because I was in the Facebook ecosystem. all right? It's the reason why I didn't jump onto TikTok when TikTok first came out, because I just feel like Facebook's kind of what I'm used to, okay? So I'm committed to Facebook. I'm not saying I'm not committed to Facebook, but what I'm saying is, now that I've found TikTok and I've gone live on TikTok a few times, and I'm like, yo, TikTok's alive. Like, people are literally in TikTok alive, okay? Welcome all of you guys on TikTok. If you're in TikTok and you jumped in and you ain't said hi, say hi, okay? I'm grown folk, right? I hope you know what that means. Like, guys, I'm grown folk. What that means is, I'm not a 16, 17-year-old who jumps on the internet, and when I go live, like, I expect people to just be trolling and watching, and like, guys, just at least say hi. Even if you don't say anything else, say hi. Hi, Samuel. Like, I'm watching, calling in from Johannesburg or wherever you are. I just tried to get exotic there, but it's all good, all right? Let's go. All right, it says, Peculiar. That is a beautiful name. Peculiar, the #1 gift badge giver. Let's go, all right? Let's go. And someone else just joined. I would say their name, but I can't say their name because that's what I call my wife. So I got to slow down, Tiger. All right, cool. So let's keep it tracking. Let's keep it moving, right? And YouTube, it does look like the YouTube comments are not coming through. I don't know if the YouTube comment, if anyone's, for all of you guys, I can see people are watching in YouTube. So if you're watching in YouTube, just write I am in the chat so that I can know that YouTube is with us, all right? But let's keep it moving anyway, okay? Because you guys said BTS, you guys want the behind the scenes. So because you guys want the behind the scenes, I'm gonna give you the behind the scenes. And if you're not in YouTube, and if you're not in Instagram, you're not going to see the behind the scenes as clearly, okay? Let's go. Bana has literally migrated from TikTok and she is inside of YouTube. And the YouTube comments are coming through. So it works, okay? It works, all right? It works, okay? Bana, thank you ever so much for your diligence and your kind-hearted spirit, all right? Let's go. Now, let's go deeper. So the reason I'm not going to be making the commitment to be consistently creating my content and uploading this training content, like, I'm live today. The reason I'm live is because I love going live, okay? Going live is real. Anything can happen. I got 6 children. Any one of them could just roll up in here, right? I got a beautiful wife. I like her as well. So she knows, she don't have to ask permission. She can roll up in here, okay? Right? So I like going live because it's real. Like, people get to meet me. They get to really know, like, yo, this guy, like, there's no edits, okay? It's just real, okay? If there's anyone out here who likes live, like me, just write in the comments, I do, so I know I'm not alone, okay? But let me go a bit deeper. I discovered something in 2021. In 2021, well, it actually started in 2020. In 2020, we had the lockdown, okay? And prior to 2020, from 2016, 2017, me and my wife had already become financially free. Let me take this off so I can share this with you guys, all right? Let's go. Peculiar followed the page. Peculiar, thank you for following on TikTok. We appreciate you, okay? And everyone else on TikTok, if you're getting value but you're not following, just hit the follow button, all right? I love that. Peculiar says, I like live, let's go, okay? So let me start breaking this down because I want you guys to see this, all right? Join my fan club. This TikTok, man, always putting stuff on your head. Let's go. All right, let's break it down now because I want you guys to get this. So 2016, 2017, using property revenue, I was able to replace my income and replace my wife's income. In 2016, my wife was able to leave her job. In 2017, I was able to leave my job. I used to work as a teacher and a teacher trainer. I was an A-level secondary and math teacher. Secondary and math. Guys, I used to talk, now I just think about it. I was a secondary and A-level math teacher, and I was also a teacher trainer. Okay, so I was what you call an advanced skills teacher. I used to teach teachers how to teach. So what that meant is when I was ready to leave my job, they weren't ready to let me leave. So I had to give them like 3 months notice, okay? So my wife left her work. She used to be a teacher, primary school teacher. She left in 2016, and then I left in 2017. If everyone's following me, if you're tracking, just write in the comments, I am, so I know that you're with me, right? Now, 2017, me and my wife leave our jobs, and we decide that we're gonna live the way we desire to live. And one of those things, before we got married in 2012, we decided we were gonna homeschool our children. So we started homeschooling our children, okay? And because we are predominantly at that time generating money from property, we worked from home, okay? We didn't really work from home. We worked from the properties that we had control over, owned, but like, quote unquote, we worked from home. Like, we didn't have an office in that sense, okay? Is what I'm saying making sense? I'm seeing the likes blowing up in TikTok, all right? If what I'm saying is making sense, just write in the chat, yes, okay? So follow me on this thread. So 2016, 2017, my wife and I replace our incomes. We start living on our own terms. We're homeschooling our children and we're working from home. And then fast forward 3 years, Okay, and a lot happened in those 3 years. Like I, by the grace of God, was able to impact a whole lot of communities with stuff I was doing. But fast forward, what happened in 2020? You guys know what happened in 2020, okay? We had the big LD, okay? We had the big LD, all right? Now, when the big LD took place, the shutdown took place, lots of people who had never been homeschooling before had to homeschool. And lots of people who had never worked from home had to start working from home. And for me, that was like what I was already doing for 3 years. Like God had already had me doing that for 3 years. It didn't make a difference to me. I often say to people, the biggest difference that happened for my wife and I when the LD happened was we couldn't take our children horse riding anymore because the stables were closed. Outside of that, every other thing we could kind of really do. Yes, we couldn't go swimming, and like there's besides the external activities, we were already doing 90% of what everyone had to do. Okay, so if you guys understand what I'm talking about, just like I do, because I'm about to take you somewhere with this. I'm not just telling you stories. I'm going to tell you the point. Okay, and the point is going to be super valuable for you, and that's what this is about. Okay, so let me see that I do in the chat, so I know you guys are tracking. And the moment I know you guys are tracking, we're gonna go straight up this mountain. And I know you guys said BTS, so I'm gonna be showing you behind the scenes stuff as well in a moment, because I want you guys to really see like my heart. I want you to understand my heart, why I do this, my reason why. Okay, I don't jump on live because, oh yeah, let me just go on live. Like, I don't know what other people's motivation is, but I can only talk to you about mine, okay? Let's go. All right, the likes are blowing up, let's go. So in 2020, lockdown took place, people were forced to stay at home. And I said to my wife, I said, you know what, there's a lot of people who are gonna need help. And I already had an online business. I was already selling courses online. I was already doing a whole bunch of stuff online. I'm not afraid of technology. My first degree is a degree in computing and statistics, okay? And that's not why I'm not afraid of technology, but I'm not a technophobe, okay? And a technophobe means someone who's afraid of using technology, okay? So because I'm not a technophobe, I decided I was gonna do something. I decided I was gonna go live on YouTube every week, Saturday at 7 p.m. Okay, and I did that, and we called it Strategy in the Storm. Okay, and for those of you who don't believe me, you can go on YouTube, check my YouTube channel, and check the lives, and go and search 2021. You will see 73 episodes. Now, most of you know there's only 52 weeks in a year. So, Sammy, if you had 73 episodes, that means you were doing this for longer than a year. Yes, that's my heart for people. Okay, so for over a year, every single Saturday, I would show up online, live, and do like 2 hours, an hour, 2 hours live on YouTube, okay? I was doing this years ago, okay? This is like nearly 4 or 5 years ago now. And we did that for over a year, okay? But something hurt, okay? Someone write in the chat the word hurt. Something hurt me, okay? And I'm just keeping it real with you guys because you guys asked for behind the scenes, so I'm gonna be transparent. I'm gonna tell you the 100% truth, okay? And I'm chilled today because I'm speaking openly, okay? What hurt me was the fact that the channel wasn't growing, or it didn't look like it was growing. And I couldn't understand why the channel wasn't growing. Now, we had people that were coming every single week. We had conversations that were going super deep, and we were helping people. We had people calling in. I had a call-in section. People would call in, they'll talk about their property problems. I'd navigate them through their property problems, show them how to basically achieve what they needed to achieve. Like, it was a great show, all right? It was a great show. We actually changed the name after a while. It started off being called The Strategy in the Storm. Then it became The Impact Property Show. I think it was called The Impact Property Show afterwards, right? For the majority of the time, okay? So we were doing that. Spirit of Truth says, hi, hello, Spirit of Truth, welcome to the live. Good evening, great to have you on, all right? So this is what we were doing. We were going live every single week, Saturday, I believe it was at 7 p.m. for over a year, for 73 episodes, okay? But the issue for me was after doing that for a year, I said to myself, why is this channel not growing? Like, why? We're literally getting no subscribers, not even like 1 or 2 subscribers in a year. We're going live every week. We've got people showing up every week. We're adding value every week. We're answering questions every week. We're watching people have testimonials nearly every week, but the channel wasn't growing. Now, does anyone know, let me just ask this, right? Does anyone know why the channel wasn't growing? If you have an idea, any reason why you think, oh, Samuel, this might be the reason why the channel wasn't growing, okay? Let's do okay, that's the wrong one. Let's do a yes or no poll, okay? So throw in the chat yes if you think you know why the channel wasn't growing, or throw in the chat no if you have no idea why the channel wasn't growing. And for those of you who are joining us on TikTok, if you jump over to YouTube, you can actually participate in the poll that we just put up on the screen. Okay, you can throw yes in the chat or no in the chat, and as you do that, it literally shows on the screen. Like it's literally how do I say this? It's interactive, okay? So for those of you who are on TikTok, I love TikTok. I love seeing you guys on TikTok, but feel free to also jump onto the YouTube. The channel is Samuel I Can Win. My handle is Samuel I Can Win everywhere, and you guys can actually answer the question as well. All right, so let me know in the chat, do you guys know why? And again, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, whatever platform you're on, if you're watching this and you can see the graphic on screen, yes 50%, no 50%, just throw your answer, yes in or no in, and it will actually start to embrace your answer, okay? So the question is, for those of you who are wondering, why do you think over 73 episodes of live streaming on YouTube every single week for over a year, the channel wasn't growing? If you have an answer, if you think you know why it wasn't growing, just throw yes in the chat. If you have no idea, if you're like how I was when we were doing episode 73 and still didn't know why the channel wasn't growing, just write no in the chat. Because I'm telling you, I had no idea. Coach Mandy in the house, let's go, okay? Because I had no idea, guys. I'm just being really real with you, okay? Let's go. Oh my gosh. Peculiar, you are leveling me up out here. Peculiar says, in TikTok, they've got a poll option here as well. Oh my gosh, I did not know that. Let's go. All right. And guys, as you jump in, if you're jumping in on TikTok and you don't follow me, feel free to follow me, all right? Feel free to follow me so that we can stay connected. All right, so here's the reason why, okay? Because I've now discovered the reason why. How did you discover the reason why, Samuel? I went and paid coaches. I went and got into YouTube coaching programs. I got into so many YouTube coaching programs, okay? I joined Think Media's VRA program, VRA Academy, Video Ranking Academy, okay? I joined Think Media's Video Ranking Academy to discover what was going on, okay? Barna says, no, let's go, okay? I joined VRA Academy. I was like, no, I gotta get the answer to this. I was like, no, this ain't gonna keep me broke, busted, and disgusted. I'm figuring this out without a doubt. I joined VRA, ladies and gentlemen. Someone write in the chat, VRA, okay? Now, some of you guys may not even know some of the people I'm gonna be talking about or some of the things I'm gonna mention, and I'm gonna do this really quickly because I just wanna get to the point. But it's like one of the most world-renowned coaches in the world, okay? Which is why it's called world-renowned. Samuel, fix up, let's go, okay? But one of the most well-known YouTube coaches is a man named Daryl Eves, okay? Daryl Eves has written the book called The YouTube Formula, okay? He's written the book called The YouTube Formula. Now, I'm gonna tell you a little secret, okay? Here's the little secret. I got access, okay, through means of a colleague of mine, very dear friend of mine based out in the States, to join Daryl Eves' program, okay? So I joined his program. I joined the program of one of the most famous, okay, hope you're listening to this. I joined the program of one of the most famous, one of the most well-known, one of the most well-accomplished YouTube coaches to figure out why my channel wasn't growing, because for 73 episodes, I went live for over an hour, and for some reason, the channel still wasn't growing. Someone write in the chat the word growing. So I know you guys are with me. Someone write in the chat the word growing, okay? Now, let me tell you what I discovered, because this might help you. I don't know if you're interested in creating content. I don't know if that's something of interest to you. I don't know what you're trying to do, but I'm telling you, this may help and serve you. If you are an influencer, if you are an educator, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are an investor, this may help you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. So the question is, Samuel, why did your channel not grow? I'm going to tell you why my channel didn't grow. Because nobody who doesn't know you is going to give you 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 120 minutes, 180 minutes of their time to figure out if you can help them. No one's gonna do that. If someone understands what I'm talking about, just write in the comments, I do. No one is gonna do that. No one is going to give you 60 minutes, 90 minutes. They don't know you from anywhere. They see a strange face. And from seeing a strange face, they're not gonna just say, okay, I'm gonna watch this 60-minute video. They're not gonna see a strange face and just say from seeing a strange face, oh, you know what, I'm gonna watch this 90-minute video. They're not just gonna see a strange face and say from a strange face, oh, you know what, I'm going to watch this 2-hour-long video of this guy, even if you actually have the real answer for their question, okay? If you guys understand what I'm saying, just write I do in the chat. Because I didn't know this before when I was doing 73 episodes, showing up every single week on YouTube live, week in, week out, for an hour or so, probably 2.5, most of them. I remember my wife used to say, Samuel, you really go live for long, don't you? You said the show's gonna be 1.5 hours and you be on there. Yeah, I be on there. Why? Because I'm trying to help people. And the people had questions, right? But here's what I discovered. I discovered that platforms like YouTube, platforms like Facebook, platforms like Instagram are rewarding people for the shortest kind of content. And as much as I love live streaming, if you go against human nature, that is a battle you're not going to win. If you go against the algorithm's nature, that is a battle on that algorithm you're not going to win. So what I discovered when I jumped into a whole bunch of these programs, which really changed my life, is I discovered that the issue I had was I was doing the longest kind of form content. I was going live for over an hour at a time, and I was building my community of like-minded individuals. So the people that were already subscribed, those people, they loved it. They loved it. Why did they love it? I'm going to tell you why they love it. Because they were already in. They already knew, Samuel, you got the answers, and I'm here learning from you. They knew, Samuel, if you didn't have the answers, you're a studious person. You're going to go study and find out. You go and pay that coach and join his $155,000 program and come back and give us the goods. Yes, because I'm built like that. I'm built like that. Okay, that's my belief. Why? Because I know what I went through growing up. I know that some people are going to say, you know what, Samuel, this is the stuff. I'm here for it. So I make sure I come up with the stuff. And I'm not going to come up with the stuff because I know it in my head. King Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, he said there's nothing new under the sun. So how do I get the stuff? I got to go find someone under the sun who's got the stuff and bring it back to the other people who want the stuff. If this makes sense, someone write in the chat yes. If this is good stuff, if this is helping someone write in the chat yes. So I know this is helping you. Okay? Oh, let's go. Let's go. Peculiar is blowing up those likes again. Spirit of Truth blowing up those likes again. Let's go. So what I discovered is that the reason why the YouTube channel in the year 2000, when I got super committed and I was showing up every single week, the reason it wasn't growing is because the content we were creating by answering people's questions over a 60-minute, over a 90-minute, over a 120-minute period, all right? Spirit of Truth says, yes, makes sense, let's go. The content pieces we were making, when they end up on YouTube, the only people that are going to watch that are people that have been in the session, got lots of value, and come back and watch again. And here's something that's real. Something I've discovered. I know this because of my clients, not because of YouTube, right? My clients, most of my clients are introverts. They're people that don't want a comment. They're people that don't want people knowing that they don't even want you knowing they're watching your stuff. And because most of my clients are introverts, what happens is they'll get the value. They'll come back, watch the value and watch the value and watch the value and keep the value and not share the value all the time. Okay? And guys, this is not me subconsciously asking you to share. No, like you don't have to share if you don't want to share. Don't share if you don't want to share, right? But this is me helping you understand the logic that I was able to understand why my channel didn't grow when I was putting in so much work. Now, you might have a channel as an influencer that's not growing for some reason. I'm not saying this is that reason. You might be an entrepreneur who's been like, you know what, I'm going to get serious on one of these platforms and it's not been growing. I'm not saying it's that reason. You might be an investor who's saying, you know what, I'm trying to get better on with my property journey. I'm not saying it's that reason. You might be an educator who's saying, you know what, I'm trying to get better with my teaching, but for some reason, I'm not saying it's that reason. What I'm saying to you is the fulcrum of everything I'm talking about is the word commit. This is why I had to come and do this live today so you guys can understand how it works. Now, whilst the enemy, I'm going to say this again, all right? It's time, 2359. Welcome to the session. Love that name, okay? Now, I want you guys to understand this. Whilst the enemy wants you, I'm going to share this again because I shared it with you guys earlier. I want you guys to have this clearly. Whilst the enemy wants you to sign up to the enemy's places, to sign up to the enemy's porches, to do transactions at the enemy's porches, to sign up and do transactions with the enemy's pictures. The enemy wants you to do that, right? I'm telling you, don't commit to that. I'm telling you, make a commitment that you are not going to commit to the enemy's places. You're not going to commit to the enemy's porches. You're not going to commit to the enemy's pictures. So the question is then, Samuel, what am I going to commit to? Well, it's up to you what you commit to, but I'm going to talk to you about me. At the time of this session, I have 891 subscribers on my current YouTube channel, Samuel I Can Win. Okay? I have 891 subscribers at the time we're having this session right now live on my YouTube channel, Samuel I Can Win. I've decided I'm not going to commit to doing more videos on Facebook necessarily than I already do. I'll still be on Facebook. I'll still be adding value on Facebook. I'll probably still be going live like this on Facebook, but I'm not going to commit to putting my library of content to help my community on Facebook. Why? Because they have decided that after 30 days, they are going to shut your live and your content down, right? Next, IG. Samuel, tell me this. Why are you not just going to put it all on IG? Okay? And I think that's a fair question. I think that's a question someone should think about or someone should ask. Like, Samuel, like, that's a great question. Why wouldn't you then just make a decision or commit to put in all of this good content that you've got, Samuel? Let's reconnect the stylus, which it looks like is disconnecting. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. That's the chaos that follows creation. Someone doesn't want you guys to get this value. Let's go. Samuel, why don't you just put all the content on Instagram? Here's why I'm not going to put all this content on Instagram. Because the value that I provide for people is the kind of value where you need a notepad, iPad, tablet, stylus, pen, paper, everything you need in order to succeed. Now, you guys are live with me, all right? This ain't a formal training. This is just me vibing with you guys, right? But you let me know in the chat, do you feel Samuel I Can Win's energy is a, yo, I need to watch Samuel when I'm paying attention. I need to watch Samuel with my notepad, iPad, tablet, stylus. Yes, I can have Samuel playing in the background in the kitchen whilst I'm doing stuff, but you know what? Like, to really extrapolate the value, I need to be ready to receive. I need to be ready to succeed. If that's you, just write me in the chat. If you're someone who can identify with that and you're like, you know what, Samuel is true. Like, the way you break things down, you break it so simply, but you're tackling difficult context. You're tackling topics that a lot of people don't want to tackle because they don't know how to break it down as simply as you do. So if you are in this house on any platform and you're saying me, Samuel, you're talking to me, Samuel, are you reading my journal? Because that describes me, Samuel. I'm literally watching you on Instagram. I'm watching you on TikTok. I'm watching you on Facebook. I'm watching you on YouTube. I'm watching you, but I'm actually feeling like, yo, I want to take notes. If that's you, just write me in the chat. Okay. Now, why is this important? I'm going to tell you why it's important. Because IG is not the platform for that. Instagram's not the platform for that. Let me even go deeper. TikTok, TT, is not the platform for that. These are short form platforms. These platforms see through the lies. Let's go. What a beautiful name. Okay? See through the lies says me. Listen, I want you guys to understand something. If I was creating this kind of content solely on Instagram, solely on TikTok, guys, yes, the channel might grow, but the people wouldn't grow. And I'm not here for channels. I'm not here for stats. I'm here to help people have lives that make their children and grandchildren clap. That's what I'm here for. So because of that, IG can't be the platform. Because of that, TikTok can't be the platform. Now, this is not me saying I'm going to end my TikTok account. This is not me saying I'm going to end my IG account. Guys, this ain't that clickbait stuff. Oh, guys, I'm coming off all the platforms. I'm only going to be on YouTube. No, I'm not saying that. I'll probably still go live like this and add value to you guys like this, okay? And I'll probably have to figure out a day and time to commit to just doing it routinely, okay? But I am making a commitment to do something that I haven't done as seriously before. And this is what the commitment is. I've got 891 reasons to do this. The 891 reasons is my current number of subscribers on YouTube. If you're not a subscriber on YouTube and you're hearing this stuff and you're like, Samuel, this stuff's super valuable, I want to follow you on your journey, go over to YouTube. My channel is Samuel I Can Win and hit subscribe. Why? Because on YouTube, I am making the decision to commit. What does commit mean? I gave you guys the definition earlier. To commit is the action associated with an alignment or something that you have an affiliation with. And I shared with you guys earlier, the enemy wants you to have an alignment and an affiliation with the enemy's places, with the enemy's porches, where the enemy does deals, and with the enemy's pictures. I'm telling you guys, I'm not up for that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my 891 reasons. That's the 891 subscribers I currently have, and my 7 other reasons, okay? Now you can break those, if you wanna know those 7 other reasons, just write the number 7 in the chat and I can break all of them down for you, right? Spirit of Truth is blowing up the live on TikTok with the likes, let's go, right? But I'm making a commitment to not just create this kind of long form format, live format, which I love and I really like, but to actually create short form, well, I call it short form, but YouTube calls it long form, but to create 8 to 12 minute long videos and put them up on YouTube on a regular basis, okay? Now, if you are someone who's watching this and you think that would be valuable, if you're saying to yourself, you know what, Samuel, I think that would be super valuable. I think a lot of people in the world, a lot of people in the community, I think a lot of people around the world would get value, Samuel, from you doing something like what you just described. I just want you to write the word value in the chat. Okay, if you're with me and that's what you think, if you're like, Samuel, you know what, I think if you actually did create 8 to 12 minute long videos on a regular basis, at least once a week, something like that, it will be valuable for the world. If you believe that, just write the word value in the chat. Right? I just want you to write the word value. I just want you to symbolize so we can be making a commitment together. Oh, Spirit of Truth wrote the number 7 in the chat. So that means Spirit of Truth wants me to share the other 7 reasons. Well, I'm going to share the other 7 reasons. The other 7 reasons why I'm making that commitment, okay, Spirit of Truth also, I'm going to share. The other 7 reasons why I'm making that commitment is because of my wife. That's 1, and my 6 children, okay? So my wife and my 6 children are the other reason why I'm making a commitment to starting to create. So I've got my wife, I've got my 6 children, and I've got 891 subscribers. They are my 898 reasons why I'm deciding today to commit to having a regular scheduled upload process. And on YouTube, I will be adding value. My belief right now is it's going to be once a week, but I'll be adding value to the community once a week consistently. And the reason I'm going to be doing that, yes, I may still be going live. I may still be doing this. I may still be doing all of that stuff, right? But the reason I'm doing that, see through the lies, I see you, let's go, right? The reason I'm doing that, the reason I want you guys to understand why I'm doing that, I want you guys to see this, okay? The reason I'm doing that is for one reason and one reason alone. It's because I am deciding to commit. Okay, it's time, 2359. I see you. Let's go. All right. The word value is just throwing up in the chat. For those of you who are on TikTok, do the same, guys. If you commit, if you see this commitment I'm making, just write the word value in the chat. Now, let me get this even more valuable for you, because right now you guys are hearing my commitment. So yes, value, value, value. It's valuable, Samuel. But now I want to share it for you. Okay. Now, if you're tuned into this right now, I want you to understand something. I want you to understand, I want your life to get exponentially better. And I'm going to tell you something. The content I'm going to be putting out is going to be showing you how your life can become exponentially better. Now, you guys said BTS earlier. You said BTS earlier. You said BTS, right? Because you guys said BTS, I'm going to show you right now behind the scenes. Someone throw in the chat the word BTS or the letters BTS. Someone throw in the chat the letters BTS. So I know you guys want the behind the scenes. I see you. Spirit of Truth writes value. Let's go. Okay. So I want you guys to throw in the chat the letters BTS, behind the scenes, BTS. Excuse me, to get a little glass of water. All right, now, for those of you who are writing BTS, if you're not on YouTube, okay, you're not going to see this. So jump onto YouTube, Samuel I Can Win channel, so you can see this. And stay following me on TikTok, because I've been doing content on TikTok I've not done anywhere else. And TikTok brings that out of me. And I think I'm going to keep doing that, okay? But it's going to be live. It's not going to be like those short... We'll have someone in my team do some short videos. But yeah, our commitment is to YouTube, as you guys have just heard, all right? But I want to give you guys value now. So I'm going to show you guys why this will be of value to you. Now, I've got a video I've recorded. It hasn't been edited by my team or by anyone yet. But I'm going to get that video up. And that video is called, I've Been Stealing From You. Okay, I've been stealing from you. And the reason I had to do that video is because I wanted people to understand kind of what I'm sharing in this video. And I wanted them to understand like my heart, right? I genuinely believe I've been stealing from you guys, okay? This is the 891 people that are subscribed. This is, my wife. This is my children. I believe I've been stealing from you guys. Why? Because I have so much content to share with you guys. And guys, look, I got told once before, show, don't tell, okay? So I'm not going to even tell you. I'm going to show you, okay? All right. So if you guys are tuned in on Instagram and you can see what I'm showing you, just write I can in the chat, okay? And if you're on TikTok and you want to see this, just go over to YouTube and find my channel, Samuel I Can Win. We are live right now. And when you get in the live, just write, I'm here. So I know that you've come over from TikTok or somewhere, right? And if you're on Instagram, you should be able to see this. But again, inside of the description, because Instagram, this is another thing. Instagram, oh look, here we go. You guys are getting me into this right now. Instagram doesn't allow you to have a description in your videos, okay? So extra stuff that I wanna give you guys, I can't give you on Instagram. This is one of the reasons why I'm not making a commitment to doing this on Instagram. Okay, I want you to think about that. All right, it's time 2359. Let me know where. It's time 2359 says I'm here. So that means you came from TikTok. Who are you on TikTok? Is that Spirit of Truth? Let me know. Or is that someone else? Just let me know, guys. Let me know. Don't have me out here confused. Let me know my people are here and there, and let me know where my people are everywhere. Let's go. All right. But I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Those of you who are engaging, right? So you guys can actually see then. That means you can see because you're jumping onto YouTube so you can see it as well. This is beautiful. This is the way it's supposed to be because I don't want you to not be able to see. Let's go. All right? So let's go deeper now. So Instagram doesn't allow you to have a description in your video when you go live, right? TikTok doesn't allow you to have a description in your video when you go live, okay? All you can have is a title. So these are reasons why I'm not doing that, okay? Oh my gosh, this is going deep now. See Through the Lies says, I'm here, let's go, okay? So this means you guys are all jumping onto YouTube. I love that, okay? I love that, let's go, all right? So now let me go deeper because I want to give you guys the value, okay? So if you guys can see my screen, okay? Just write screen in the chat so I know you guys can see the screen, right? So this right here that I'm showing you is an application. I assume most of you guys know about this, but for any of you guys who don't, this application is called Trello, okay? This Trello, for those of you who don't know, is a project management software. It's a software you use to manage projects, okay? And the reason I'm showing you this, guys, is I want you to understand what I'm saying to you. I don't want you to just think, oh, Samuel's talking. Guys, I want you to see this, okay? I recorded a video called I've Been Stealing From You. Let me tell you why. Because I know what me and my team have, which we have not given to you guys, which I feel that we should have, right? So I'm gonna show you something. This is our Trello board for YouTube videos, okay? For those of you who can see, this says YouTube videos, okay? This might be behind my actual screen because I can't see all of the screens right now. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay, no, you can see it. Okay, you guys can see everything, all right? I love this, I love this, I love this. We're set up. You guys get the best, man. If you guys who are on my live feel like you get the best, just write in the comments, I do. Let me know. Let me know if how me and my team go out of the way to try and give you guys everything feels to you guys like, yo, I actually get the best when I come on Samuel Akanwin's stream. Like everything's just there. Like he's got the stuff ready to go. Like it's all there. All right, let's go. All right, it's time. 2359 says BTS. Let's go. So let's show the BTS. Let's give you guys what you came for, right? So this is why I did the video called I've Been Stealing From You, because this is the amount of stuff that I have prepared for you guys for YouTube content, which hasn't actually even come to you guys, okay? Let me even start with this. I'm gonna share with you guys what has come to you guys, right? So this here is a Trello board, and the title of this Trello board is Uploaded. So this is what people have got from us in terms of pre-recorded videos, okay? And guys, those of you on TikTok, if this is helpful, just like throw a comment in. Just say, oh, Samuel, this is deep, right? Because guys, the reason I'm sharing this with you, I want you to understand, I understand some of you guys are in the same position. Some of you are influencers who maybe you got 100,000 people subscribed to you, but you got so many ideas that haven't come out to the world and you've been stealing. Some of you guys are educators. You know God has dropped a message on you. He's dropped a book on you. You know you can help people to push through, but you've been stealing. Some of you guys are investors. You know you're supposed to be investing in that next transaction, taking over that next investment, but you're just not taking action. You've been stealing. Why? You've been unable to commit. This is why I said today I'm going to be talking to you about being able to commit. What is committing? What is the word committing? Committing is the action. Action. Action means you got to do something. Action means you can't just talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be about it. To commit is the action associated with an alignment. If you want to know what you're aligned to, go and look at what you've been taking action on. Because whatever you've been taking action on, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, whether you want to believe it or not, whatever you've been taking action on, let's go. Spirit of truth, I see you. Yes, it's me there. Let's go. Whatever it is you've been taking action on, whatever it is you have been doing, that is a determining factor of what you have alignment with, or what you have an affiliation with. Okay? If you guys are getting value, someone throw the word value in the chat. Let's go deeper. So, what I want to show you is this. This Trello board shows uploaded videos, okay? These are uploaded videos. I see you. It's time 2359. I've got the connection now. I've got the connection. I've got the connection. Let's go. Uploaded. Watch this, guys. Uploaded. These videos are uploaded. Okay, there's not hundreds of thousands of them. Yes, my channel has over 300 videos, okay? But these videos are uploaded, okay? Uploaded. You can see, like me and my team, we use the acronym episode, or we use the term episode to help us understand what we're doing, right? So we don't get confused, okay? Excuse me. So I'm going to read through this, right? Episode 36, debt avalanche versus debt snowball method. Episode X, okay, this is because this was an old video I recorded, but I still told my team, look, put it out. This is going to add value to people, okay? This is all the mistakes I made on the £20,000 property program, the big mistake £20,000 property program, right? This one, and that program was a program I did in 2016. And if you haven't watched that video, I'd encourage you to go watch that video, right? 5 ways you can do no money down property deals in UK, okay? Getting debt free became easier in 2024. Okay, so you could tell how long ago these videos were uploaded, right? This is 2024. Okay, and this is the exact same video. We just had two cards for it. These are called cards. Each of these are called cards in Trello. All right, and guys, if I'm telling too much information, like if you know what cards are, if you know what Trello is, and I'm just like talking too much, someone say like, Samuel, we understand, okay, or something like that, right? But if this is good and the level of detail I'm explaining is exactly where it needs to be, then someone write good in the chat, okay? Because I want to know that I'm speaking to you guys at the level that is of value to you guys, because I'm not speaking to myself, and communication needs to occur is 2 ways, monologue, it's not dialogue, okay? So hopefully this helps. And you guys in YouTube, my people, Andre, welcome to the live, Jabba, welcome to the live. Same for you guys as well, okay? If I'm saying something and I'm over explaining, let me know, because I don't know if I'm over explaining. I just try to make sure that there's no ambiguity when I speak, because it's better to be clear than to be clever, okay? So hopefully this helps. All right, let's go deeper. So 5 things I avoid for financial freedom, episode 33, okay? 5 paths to financial freedom, episode 32. Become financially free before December 2024, episode 35, and so on and so on and so on. All right, I just love this thumbnail. Even if I don't even know about the video, I can't remember this video, but I love the thumbnail. All right, I don't know why. It's the fact that we have facts and myths next to each other in such a great way, right? So episode 31, 5 facts about financial freedom. All right, and it goes on and on. This is probably, in my opinion, this is probably what I thought was one of my best videos that I recorded on YouTube, right? And it didn't get a lot of views, right? Which is fine, okay? Because it's not about the views. But again, if you haven't seen this video, I'd encourage you to go watch this video, right? This video is called The Government Are Hiding This About Property From You. That was episode 30, okay? And that was when we started doing these new thumbnails, this new style of thumbnails, okay? So all of these videos before, you see the thumbnails aren't necessarily in, and when they are, they're older styles of thumbnails, all right? But all these videos, guys, these are videos we have uploaded. These are videos I've given to the world, okay? And I don't know how many videos are here. You can count them. There's probably like 100, okay, or 50 or something like that, like, okay? It's a countable number. That's the point I'm making, right? Now, why am I saying it's a countable number? Because I'm about to show you the videos I have not uploaded. And I'm gonna be very transparent with you. I don't think I could count how many videos there are. So let's go. These are videos that I've done, they're recorded, but they're currently in editing, okay? So there's a video my editor's working on right now. It's called, Is Now a Good Time to Buy Property? There's a video. These are all, look at all these videos I've recorded, guys. This is 10 videos. In less than 2 seconds, I've shown you 10 videos. The first one here, episode 40, is now a good time to invest in property, okay? Next video, episode 39, episode 41, episode 42, episode 43, episode 44, episode 45, all these videos. Here's episode 39 right here, saving versus investing with property, okay? Okay, next one. Episode 41, renting versus buying, which is for you, okay? And this is just, guys, these are videos I've already recorded. They just haven't been edited and published yet, okay? Before buying property, before you buy property, watch this, episode 42, okay? This is our banner just for the channel when we got a new banner, okay? So you can see the editing videos, there's like 10. Let's just call it 10. There's like 10, maybe 10. There's about 10 videos waiting to be edited, okay? Someone throw in the chat the number 10. So I know you guys are with me, okay? Those of you on TikTok, I know you guys can't see the screen, so if you're not joining us on YouTube, let me know if this is still valuable to you, because I want to know if this is valuable to you. I don't want to just be going live for the sake of going live. So those of you on TikTok, if you're getting value, even though you can't see the whole Trello board, just write the word value. So I know this is still of value to you guys as well, because I want to add value to people. I don't want to just be a sounding board only. All right. And those of you who are joining us live, you guys let me know as well. Is this valuable? Okay, it's time 2359 says value. Okay, I love that. Okay, Instagram, is this of value? Facebook, is this of value? You guys who are joining us on different platforms, let me know if it's of value. And Mandy, if Dwayne is still trying to comment and he's not being allowed to comment, it might be that YouTube are restricting his comments, because I've learned before from one of my contacts that YouTube does that sometimes. So what I would explain or advise Dwayne to do, because Dwayne I know follows me on Facebook, just tell Dwayne to jump onto the Facebook live and then he can comment there, because I know Dwayne's always commenting on the Facebook live usually. All right, so guys, can we go more? Can we share more? Okay, if we can share more, let me know, right? Because we've been going for a little while. We're gonna probably wrap up soon. So let me know if we can share a little bit more. Someone let me know. So I've shown you guys videos we've uploaded. I've said to you on my channel we have over 300 videos. I've shown you guys videos I've recorded that haven't yet finished being edited, right? That's 10 videos. Henry is in the house. Always a pleasure to have Henry in the house. Let's go. Henry, welcome to the live. Okay, and Henry, we were just explaining, and for everyone on TikTok who maybe jumped in the live late, we were just explaining that we're showing some stuff over on YouTube, okay? So if you guys want to see what I'm talking about, we have a screen share on YouTube. So come and join us on YouTube as well. Okay, that's YouTube, Samuel I Can Win. Okay, the channel is Samuel I Can Win, just the same as TikTok, and you can see what I'm doing, and it's the live. It's the live. I'm going live right now on YouTube, and you guys can see it. All right, I love this. All right, it's time 2359 says good. Okay, so you guys are getting value. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go deeper. If you guys are ready to go deeper, someone write the word deeper in the chat. Let's go deeper. Right. So I showed you videos I've already uploaded. I said there's probably about 100 there inside of that Trello board. Okay. I showed you guys videos that I've recorded, but my team are editing. And there was about 10 there. There's about 10 in there, okay? Now I'm gonna show you videos I'm supposed to record. Now what's crazy is, most of you might think, Samuel, that's gonna be the longest list, right? How many videos you are supposed to record, right? So what we do is sometimes we script videos, sometimes we outline videos, sometimes I just go off the cuff. This is why I like going live, because when I go live, I don't have to script anything, okay? When I go live, I don't have to have notes, okay? But when I do a short video, because I like impacting people's lives, I have to take all of the stuff I probably would share, and it would probably take me an hour to share in a live, and I have to condense that into like 8 to 12 minutes, and then package that so that it can be of value to new people, okay? Someone write in the chat the word new people, okay? Bisola, welcome to the live. Henry, thank you for the likes, okay? And we've already hit 6,000 likes on TikTok. This is absolutely phenomenal, guys. I assume we're gonna hit 10,000, but guys, for those of you who are inside of the chat, Henry says, hi, brother. Blessings, Henry. Always great to have you. For those of you who are inside of the live, hit that, tap that screen. Let TikTok know what you mean, okay? And for those of you who aren't gonna join us on YouTube, it's okay, but on YouTube, let me know in TikTok if this is still of value to you guys, even though you can't see the screen I'm sharing over on YouTube, okay? Let me know if it's still of value to you. I would like to know, because if it's not of value to you, then I need to find another way, okay? And we are going to be getting the software connected soon, so please bear with me with that as well. All right, so let's go into this list. I want to show this to you guys now, okay? So you can see here the cash flow code explained. This is a thumbnail ready to go in a par which says record, okay? And you can see the title of this video, how to scale your property portfolio without buying more houses, all right? And the thumbnail text, cash flow code explained, okay? So this is a video that I'm supposed to record, okay? Let's go. See through the lies. Instagram says 100, okay? So this is good. This sounds like you guys are getting value, okay? And guys, like I said, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an influencer, if you're someone who's an educator, if you're someone who's literally an investor, this is stuff for you, because this is gonna help you understand the power of commitment, okay? Now, this is my Trello board for videos I'm supposed to record, right? Videos I've outlined or I've got an idea I'm supposed to record. Now you can see here, this list is not, it's long, but it's not very long, okay? I can probably count these. Let me count these, right? So Why we must move with the times, that's a video idea. 3 routes to learning, that's a video idea. How to stack a deal, okay? And CP and OP stands for controlled property. That's a property you take control of but you don't own. And OP stands for owned property. That's a property you actually buy, okay? So that's a video idea I've got. How to stack a deal, literally teaching you guys on the internet, or let's call it YouTube because of the commitment I've made now, teaching you on internet how to stack a deal, how to go from a piece of paper and a pen and say, okay, this property is going to make sense for me. Okay, I'm going to do this, okay? You guys are throwing 10 in the chat. Let's go. You guys are with me. So I lost count. There you go. There I go. Because I'm trying to add value, I lost count. All right, let's get back to the count. Let's count this, okay? So we've got why we must move with the time, that's 1. 3 routes to learning, that's 2. How to stack a deal, that's 3. Good deals, bad deals, and ugly deals, that's 4. The 3 keys to every sale, that's 5. Room rates and room demand, that's 6, I think. Guys, if I'm miscounting, tell me. Location, that's a video where I teach you guys about location, that's 7. Best property type, that's 8. How to maximize property deals, that's 9. Floor plan breakdown, that's 10. How to use your own and other people's money, that's 11. The sourcing blueprint system, that's my flagship system, that's 12, I think. The power of systems, that's 13. 5 tips for financial freedom using property, that's 14, I think. How not to buy rental property, number 1. I don't know why it says number 1. Oh, how not to buy your first rental property. How not to buy rental property, number 1. Okay, I get it now. So that's 14, I think. And then the cash flow series. And you can see that's 0 out of 5. So that's 5 videos. So 14 plus 5 is 19. And then we got this one here. So 20. So there's 20 videos that I've got here in this jukebox to record. Okay? To record. All right? Guys, I don't know what your thoughts are about that. Like, Samuel, like get it together. But my thought is I'm stealing from you. Because that's 20 pieces of content that can change your life. That's 20. Let me say this to you, because some of you guys might not get this, right? I have a student named James. Someone write the name James in the chat. Let's shout out James right now. I'm going to tell you something about James. When James first met me, James had invested £30,000 in property investment training. £30,000 with different coaches, different gurus. He had invested his money. Someone write in the chat the word money. He had invested his money, okay? £30,000. I like using dollars because dollars have 100. They have 100 notes, and we don't have 100 notes in the UK. We only have 50s, right? James had invested his money. He'd invested over £30,000 in property training coaching. Now, let me tell you something. Dwayne, I'm talking about Dwayne now. Maybe I'll talk about Dwayne in a moment. Dwayne, if you're on the live anywhere, just write I am, so I know you're here, and then you can testify of what I'm going to share about you. We'll share your story as well, right? So James had invested £30,000 in property investment coaching with all these different coaches. Let me tell you his results after that. His results were he had 2 properties that he owned, and he was making £600 every single month. Someone write in the chat £600, okay? He was making £600 every single month, right? So if you invest £30,000 in your training, I don't think you should be making £600 every month. I think you should at least be on the road to financial freedom. James decided to trust me and my team. He invested and joined our 5-day cash flow creation week. If anyone's interested in the cash flow creation week, just write again CFC, cash flow creation, CFC, okay? And then I'll share with you the link or where you can get the link, right? So James joined our 5-day cash flow creation week. After joining our cash flow creation week, we worked with James. James was able to take a property he already owned, one of those 2 properties. He didn't buy any new properties, okay? And use that property to generate him £4,500 every single month. That replaced his income. James used to work in medical sales. Now, I haven't even told you the best part of James's story. And James, if you're tuned in, because I know James is a subscriber somewhere. James, if you're tuned in, just say hey or say something, right? So the people know that this is not some fictitious story. Now, what happened for James was this, and this is for me the best part of the story. Because James was able to replace his income, James made the decision to leave his job. Because James left his job, James got all his time back. Because James got all his time back, he decided to go full-time into property. Now, again, the best part of the story hasn't started yet, right? Please, listen to this. This is the start. This is the part that gets me excited. Why? Because I'm married and I've got 6 children, okay? Let me tell you what happened next. James left his job in medical sales. James decided, because he had replaced his income from what we showed him in property, he decided to go full-time in property. And because he went full-time in property, James met his wife. James met a woman that he decided to get married to. Then James got married. And because James got married, James' whole life has changed. Okay? Let's go. Oh man, this is crazy. So people are telling me I can't comment on your Facebook Live. All right. I don't know. You should be able to comment on the Facebook Live, but either way, okay, we have not limited the comments. So guys, I'm being told we're limiting the comments. We are not limiting the comments. Okay, guys, if someone's limiting the comments, it's not us, it's the platforms. And guys, this is why I'm telling you why we're committing to do what we're doing on YouTube, because we're realizing what's going on. Like, these platforms are trying to create their own way of doing things, but they're telling us, oh yeah, you can do whatever. Like, in the words of, I think it was Mark Morrison, you lied to me. I don't know if you've heard that song, but if you've heard that song, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Yes, Samuel has been integrated with some kind of music. All right, let's go. We have Live with Emilian. Join the live, welcome. All right, and everyone else who's joining the live, guys, when you jump in the live, say hi, say something so I know you guys are here, okay? Because if you don't say anything, when you jump in, I don't see you jumping in, okay? I don't see you jumping in. All right, let's keep tracking, because hopefully what we're sharing with you guys is valuable. So let's keep moving. All right, let's not stay still. Let's keep going on and develop your skill, okay? And it's me, 2359. Thank you for letting me know, okay? Maybe it might be a follower thing. You might have to follow me on Facebook or follow my page on Facebook to comment. I don't know. All I know is YouTube lets us do whatever we want to do. So this is why we're committing to YouTube. This is what this whole session's about, right? Commitment and making the ability to commit. Now, let's jump back in. So James, I was telling you guys about James. So let me share with you about James. So James had invested £30,000 in his property investment journey. He ended up from that £30,000 investment with 2 properties, making him £600 maximum each month. He decided to take that step and join our cash flow creation week. If anyone's interested in how to get the link, just write CFC in the chat. From him joining the cash flow creation week, we showed him how to replace his income. He replaced his income, and from the properties he already owned. This is why I tell people, I help people create consistent and colossal cash flow using resources and revenues hidden in plain sight. I'm not teaching you how to do this based on money you don't have. I'm not teaching you how to do this based on houses you don't have. Resources and revenues that are hidden in plain sight. You already have everything you need, okay? You just need to learn how to succeed. This is my job. That's why I do what I do, okay? So we showed James what to do. James was able to replace his income. The same 2 properties he had, he was able to get one of them to generate him £4,500 to £5,500 every single month. As a result, that was more than he was making in his medical sales job every month. So he was able to leave his job. Now, this is the best part. Because he left his job, he had bought back his time, he became financially free, he started to go full-time into property. Now, when he got full-time into property, guess what he did? He met his wife. He met the woman who he decided to spend the rest of his life with. He got married. Now, here's where it gets better. Someone write in the chat, it gets better, right? James recently decided, I think it was about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, just after getting married. He got married this November, December of 2024. So just the end of last year, he got married. Straight after getting married, he decided, I'm moving to Dubai. And now he lives in Dubai. Now, guys, why am I saying this? Do I want you to move to Dubai? No, I don't live in Dubai. I'm not saying this because I want you to move to Dubai. I'm saying this because I want you to understand the power of being free, being really free. Being free with your time, guess what it means? It means you can find the spice of your life. It means you can find your spouse for your house. It means you can find the spice for your life. Okay? Samuel, come on, man. Talk properly. Let's go. All right? And we are 8,500 likes on TikTok. Let's go. Jabba, welcome to the live. Hemery, thank you for all those likes. We are going. So, guys, I want you to understand this. When I realized, like, what we've done for James, and I want you to understand, like, I'm not saying this to say like James owes me anything. James doesn't owe me anything. James's story is more than enough payment for me for what I did for him. Okay, the reason why I speak about James is because James is not like some anomaly in our world. James is just a typical example of what happens when people do the stuff we coach and teach people. Okay. Things that were not being utilized become utilized. Things that weren't producing results start producing results. The anointing is here. For those of you who understand what I'm talking about, let me just be real. The anointing is here. Like, God has anointed me to help people. That's why I help people. And guess what? The people who take it seriously, they get their help, right? So James is just one person, okay? Now, we've helped other people replace incomes. We've helped Prince replace his wife Sandra's income years ago. This was like 2019, 2018. We've been doing this, guys, since 2017. We've been coaching people to replace their incomes. It's not hard for us because we understand the principles, we understand the precepts, we understand the strategies, the systems, the sequences in order to make this happen. Okay, now I don't want to talk about me because this isn't about me, right? This is about you. So what am I saying? Let me get back to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. The other day, the reason I recorded a video called I've been stealing from you is because I actually was in this Trello board and I was looking at these 20 videos that I should have recorded. I was looking at those videos, the 10 videos that should have been edited. And I was thinking to myself, that's 30 videos. That's like, even if it's one video a week, that's 30 weeks of content. That's over half a year. There's 26 weeks in half a year. That's over half a year of content that I haven't given to you guys that could help you. And this doesn't even, guys, I'm not even gonna talk about the short form. Guys, I got a short form catalog of over 300 videos I have recorded. We just haven't had edited and sent out to you guys. Why? Maybe because I've been a bit of a perfectionist. Maybe because I've been a bit like, I'll use the word anal. Maybe I've been stupid, guys. I don't know. Like, someone tell me in the chat, why have I not got this content out to you? Why? Like, I don't know. Maybe some behavioral psychologist or some therapist can help me and help me understand why I've not given you this content. But I want you guys to understand this. It's here. Some recorded, obviously, in the YouTube sphere, most of it not recorded. But I want you guys to understand, I've been doing this for years, okay? And we are going to overcome these mental blocks with the commitment that I'm making today. Now, let me go deeper for you guys. So I just shared with you guys the videos we have uploaded. I then shared with you guys from the videos we have uploaded here, I then shared with you guys the videos that are waiting for editing or going through the editing process. And we showed them 10 videos. Someone write the number 10 in the chat again, all right? Let's go. Spirit of Truth said, I followed you on Facebook, but it won't let me comment. Wow, okay? So guys, this is good. Like, this is good. Like, this is why influencers, educators, entrepreneurs, investors, this is why human beings like us, creators, we need to take this into our own hand. Because look at what the platforms are doing. The platforms are not letting you do what you want to do. They're telling you, yeah, go live on me, but they're not even letting you go live and see. All right? This is crazy. Spirit of Truth, thank you for sharing that. And that is a true spirit of truth, literally speaking the truth. Let's go. All right? Spirit of Truth, let me know your name so I can actually address you properly. All right? Because usually on TikTok, I ask people for their name, they give me their name, and then I start calling them their name, like Pop. Pop is actually Declan, right? Which is crazy, but it's all good. All right, so let's get back into this for those of you who are with me. So I showed you guys the editing, right? So our editing bag right now is 10 videos that are waiting to be edited so they can come out to you guys and add value to you guys. Now, the recording bag, I just showed you the recording bag is 20 videos that I'm supposed to have recorded or I need to record to get out to you. Now, let me show you the actual real bag right now, okay? Because the real bag is not the videos I'm supposed to record. The real bag is not the videos I'm supposed to edit or the team are supposed to edit. The real bag is not what we've uploaded. Let me start jumping in, right? One of the real bags is this bag right here. It is video outline and script. So when I have an idea that I'd like to outline or script, it goes into this Trello board, right? And I want you to see this. Let me check if you guys can see this because I know some of these boards, or I think one of the boards anyway, is behind me. All right, this one you can see. You can see this. This is good, right? And let's get through this because it's going to be helpful for you guys. All right, cool. Remy, welcome to the live, okay? Spirit of Truth and Hemery are literally having I love that. Marie, welcome to the live. Appreciate you, sis. Let's go. Marie and Hemery are literally having a like for like battle in TikTok. I love it. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to share this with you guys, right? So watch this, okay? This whole board is all the videos I'm supposed to outline and script, okay? So watch this. Your single biggest portfolio risk. That's a video. New video ideas. This was crazy, right? Because what happened is I started writing so many ideas. I was like, I can't write ideas anymore because the board gets too long. So what I started doing is I started doing this. Inside of a card, I would write all my videos down. So look, these videos here, all right? How I'd start property investing today, biblically and practically. The truth about stewardship and wealth. Creation, no one teaches, okay? Why financial freedom isn't about money, it's about purpose. From debt to destiny, 3 property moves that changed everything for me, okay? So these are videos. See this one, our delicate 100K curriculum. This 100K curriculum is 52 videos. There's 52 videos in this alone. And you can see here, AA, that's one of my team members, Annette, and Net is assigned to this to figure out how I can do this, okay? Like, guys, this is how crazy it is, right? Building out. This is a video about one of the properties that we were basically refurbishing. £3,000 property, okay? How to get over 40,000 properties, how to get over 40,000 people considering selling you their property for less than £3,000, okay? That's a video idea that hasn't been outlined or recorded, okay? Lottie, welcome to the live, right? So many people jumping in right now. Remy, welcome to the live. I think I said welcome to Remy already. All right, cool. Let's keep it going. This video, I just love the thumbnail. I want to get this out to you because I love the thumbnail. Stop buying property, okay? That's a video. Better price, okay? How to get a better price for your property, okay? This video is another video I want to get out to you just because of the thumbnail. Because I love the work our team are doing, our designers, like putting these thumbnails. Guys, tell me about these thumbnails. Do you like these thumbnails? Like, are these thumbnails good? I don't know. Like, I don't know, because you guys click YouTube videos. I don't click YouTube videos like that, so I don't know. How to pick your property goldmine area, okay? This video, her last £800, right? This is about one of my students, Chantel. Chantel had her last £800. She came to me, she said, Samuel, look, I want to jump on your training, but it's my last £800. Should I do it? What's going to happen? Like, am I going to make my money back, right? Chantel is in a whole new world right now because she decided to invest part of her last £800 in one of our training programs. Property for peanuts, okay? How you get over 1,500 landlords to consider your property offer, okay? 7 ways to do your next property investing deal. 7 ways to do your first deal property investing. 7 ways to do your biggest deal property investing. Property investment is not just Airbnb. Property investment is not just HMOs. Property investment is not just single let, buy to let. Property investment is not just sourcing. Property investment is not just flips. Property investment is not just development. Property investment is not just expensive, all right? Let's go even deeper. GDV, that stands for gross development value. When you're doing a development, okay? Am I going too fast, guys? Is this valuable? Guys, give me feedback, right? GDV is gross development value. That is the calculation to find out what the property is going to be worth after you develop it, okay? The next one, how to buy a property step by step. The next one, how to set up a HMO step by step. The next one, best way to build a portfolio. The next one, 10 reasons why you shouldn't invest in property. Next one, why I read property literature. That's magazines, books, etc. The next one, all right, I need to know if this is valuable, guys. Someone needs to comment something. Let's go. Let's go. You guys are commenting. It's me 2359 says James. It's me 2359 says money. Okay, you guys are getting value. Okay, just let me know, guys. Let me know if this is helpful. I need to know from you guys. All right. The book that made my property business a business. The book that hooked me up. Okay, that's a video idea. How to get into property investment. Okay, that's a video idea. The last one here is the best property portal to use. Which property search site should I use? Okay. So there, I can't count that many videos, right? Because I told you there's 52 up at the top, blah, blah, blah. So there's probably like 100 videos here, okay? This is the videos to outline the script. We haven't outlined these videos. We haven't even scripted these videos. These are just videos I know that I want to share with you because I know they're important to help you become financially free, to help you get James's results, to help you get Amanda's results, to help you get Abina's results, to help you get Ohima's results, to help you get Prince's results, to help you get Antonio's results. Like, guys, the list is so long. Like, to help you get Cletus's results, who became financially free in the 5 days of our cash flow creation week. Okay? I want you to get these people's results. To help you get the results of Rodney and Kathleen, who just recently, literally, are about to secure their 3rd property, and they are about to hit their financial freedom figure. Okay? Like, oh, guys, I can keep going. All right, cool. Let's go through the last board. I don't know if you can see this last board. The last board is video. Okay, this is what I can do. It's Trello. I can move it. All right, so I'm moving this board so you guys can see it. This board I just moved so you can see it. This is video ideas. Guys, we haven't gone through the longest board, right? So I just said to you, we've got about 100 videos we've uploaded. We've got over 300 videos on the channel, okay? I said to you guys that we've got 10 videos that are with the editor to edit. I said to you guys, we've got 20 videos that I'm supposed to have recorded. We've got probably like 100 videos we just saw in terms of video outline and script. But I'm about to tell you that none of those lists is the longest list. The longest list is right here. The longest list is right here, ladies and gentlemen. The longest list is our video ideas list. Let me jump in, because otherwise we'll be here all night. Now, the video ideas, I started doing the same thing. I had to start writing them down. Why? Because if I kept making cards, the cards get too long. This is January of this year, guys. January. This is January. Okay? As you can see here, I said 27 titles. That means this one card has 27 titles in it. Let me read some of them to you. 7 ways to win with property in 2025. 4 terribly truthful lessons about property in 2025. 3 ways property investors make £15,000 per month. How to, or how I, or how to not, how to stop, right? So that's a category we're gonna do, right? So what's in that category? How to start investing in property in 2025. How to get the best property deals this year. How to stop losing money as a landlord, okay? How I left my job with property income. Okay, now the next set are me being super transparent. My genuine advice for landlords in 2025. My honest advice for property investors. My black and white advice for doubling your property income. And so on and so on. Guys, I'll be reading this for so long, okay? And we've said there's roughly 27 in there, but there's more. Look at the next one. This is, sorry, that's the one I just went into, right? So let's go deeper. These here, just for you to know, these are structures that I use, okay? So those structures literally are gonna have like hundreds of videos inside, but we're not even gonna go into that. This is another one. That was January. This is February. Video ideas in February. So in the month of February, what video ideas did I have? All right. I watched this woman's video, hiring a virtual assistant. What should they do? So this woman's video I watched, she was talking about hiring a virtual assistant and what they should do. That gave me a video idea. The video idea was hiring a virtual assistant in property, or hiring a virtual assistant in your property business, what you should do. Okay. So that's that. Now let's go deeper. Look at this. Okay. This here, I hit £10,000 per month from property, and here's what I discovered. Okay, here's another one. 8 raw realities about property. Okay, there you go. Now let's go to the next one. Jim Rohn's secret lesson that made me over £10,000 per month in cash flow. What Richard Branson knows about property investment that no one is sharing. 5 things I learned from John Maxwell about property and business. The bank and the abusive relationship. 6 similarities. Okay, Homes Under the Hammer for real. The best property books, why this channel exists, okay? Beginner property mistakes, the property trap, how to lead when you don't read, the poverty mindset, the wealthy mindset, using virtual assistants in your property business, property investing for dummies. How can I find, guys, come on, look, this list, look at this list, guys. Look at this list. Look at this list, guys. The list goes on and on and on. Last one, stamp duty holiday ends a month in review from the end of the holiday. Do you know when the stamp duty holiday ended, guys? The stamp duty holiday ended in 2021, I believe. I'm not sure. Let's check this on the internet. Okay, let's check this. Let's Google this. I just want to be sure. When did the stamp duty holiday end in the UK? Let's see what ChatGPT or Google's gonna say. Look at that. I was right. Okay. That was a video idea that I must have had in 2021. Guys, we're in 2025. We are in 2025, ladies and gentlemen. We're in 2025. Okay. We're in 2025. So guys, I'm gonna just do a quick recap, because I know some people have just jumped in fresh. I know some people are laughing inside of the chat. I know this is hopefully super valuable for you guys, because I know some of you guys haven't committed as well. I know some of you guys are saying, you know what, Samuel, I need to commit. And this is what I want to do for you. I want to remind you to commit. What is committing? I'm going to share with you again, okay? When I comment on your YouTube, you set it in delayed time. No, I'm sharing the comments usually when I get them. So the comments on YouTube, they don't show up straight away. I think because they do checks to make sure there's no profanity. Okay, so I think that's what's happening in that regard, Marie. All right, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, we do not, like, I'm not delaying any comments unless I don't see them. All right, cool. So that's super helpful. So guys, let me give you my definition again, just to help you. All right, in case you need to pick up a pen. My definition for commit, the Samuel I Can Win definition, is the action associated with an alignment or an affiliation. Okay, so I am deciding to commit That means take action associated with my alignment in the space of YouTube. Okay? I'm making that commitment. I am making that commitment. Okay? And I have 898 reasons why to commit to that. 891 of those reasons are the fact that I have an 891 person subscriber count, and the other 7 reasons are my wife and my 6 children. Now, if you're thinking, Samuel, your wife and your 6 children, why are they reasons why you want to commit to YouTube? The reason they're reasons I want to commit to YouTube is because if anything ever happened to me in the future, my 12-year-old daughter will be able to watch my YouTube content and know exactly how to build a successful cash flow creation business. The reason why I'm committing because of my wife and my children is because if anything ever happened to me in the future, then I know my youngest right now, baby Judah, who's literally 1 right now, will be able to have an archive, a catalog of content that is pure, with no swearing, no profanity, no cussing you out, okay? So your children can't listen to it. So whilst you're watching it, you're like, oh, I gotta turn the volume down real quick. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation. Guys, I'm in that situation nearly all the time. You go on these platforms and you're just watching a creator, and out of nowhere, they just start using their potty mouth. And you're like, yo, aren't you an adult? Like, control that, man. But then you remember it's actually the Spirit of God that gave me the grace to get to a place where I no longer do the things I used to do. So guys, if you want to come along with this journey, if you want to be a part of what I'm doing, guys, go over to YouTube, find my YouTube channel, Samuel I Can Win, and hit subscribe. And let's do this together. Let's take this journey together, guys. And I commit to taking action associated with my alignment with the 891 subscribers I have right now, with my alignment with my wife and my children, with my affiliation with YouTube as a platform, and show up and shine for you guys on a weekly basis, not just in terms of the lives. The lives will happen when the lives happen as we do. I'll probably even schedule in a specific lifetime like I did in 2020, but more importantly, with regular uploads. Now, my decision is, I'm gonna share this with you guys first. You guys are the first people hearing this. My decision is to show up on Friday at 5 p.m. with our pre-recorded video every week, okay? That's the decision I'm making. So on our YouTube banner, we're gonna change that. I think we've got some Tuesday at 1 p.m. or something like that, which the team were doing before based on stats. Oh, that's the time most of our subscribers are viewing. But guys, look, I'm not going based on stats. I'm going based on facts. And the fact is I want to help you. So if I want to help you, I've got to do something that makes sense, okay? So I've got like a week right now, unless I'm going to upload a video tomorrow. Well, that would be a stretch, but maybe we're going to do that. Let me see where I wrote this down, but I believe I did write it down. Friday at 5 p.m. Okay, so Friday at 5 p.m. is the day I'm committing to show up and shine for you guys in pre-recorded format, short videos. The videos will be less than 30 minutes. I guess I can commit to that. All right, they'll be probably between 8 and 12 minutes ideally, because we believe that's the sweet spot for YouTube to see the content and show it to new people. So around that 10-minute mark, but I'm making that commitment. All right, I'm making that commitment, and that's why I wanted to come on this live to share with you. So for me, I've got 898 reasons, but guess what? You only need one. You only need one. If you have that one reason why you want to become financially free, if you have that one reason why you want to be large and in charge, if you have that one reason why you want to walk in your purpose and your destiny that God has ordained for you, if you have one reason, then I'd encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you have one reason, if it's your spouse, if it's the house, if it's your children, if you have one reason, if you have one thing inside of you that's saying to you, you know what, I actually want to be who God's made me to be, and I can hear from Samuel's heart, I can hear from Samuel's energy that he can help me. If you have one reason, guys, I'm not telling you to buy my training. I'm not telling you to buy my courses. Guys, I've got coaching programs where people invest tens of thousands of pounds. I'm not telling you to get on any of that. I'm just telling you, if you want the value that you see that I provide on a regular basis in short, less than 30-minute pieces, go and subscribe and be a part of the Samuel I Can Win YouTube channel. And I commit to adding value to you guys on a weekly basis. So with that being said, guys, we're going to wrap up the live. Share your key takeaways, guys. Share your key takeaways. As you share your key takeaways, I'm going to go get this question from TikTok that I said I was going to answer, and I'm going to answer that question inside of the chat. But share your key takeaways. Whatever your key takeaway was, whatever platform you're on, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, if you're on TikTok, share your key takeaways in the chat. Okay, and for those of you who don't know and you're asking, Samuel, why are you always asking me to share key takeaways when you wrap up? because I have learned, probably when I was doing my master's in teaching, that metacognition, long word with a simple meaning, it just basically means thinking about your thinking. But human beings develop their ability to think by sharing a key takeaway after going through some experience. So if you guys can, go share your key takeaways inside of the chat. And again, they're not even from me. The key takeaways will help you more than anyone else. All right, so let me find this question and let me answer this question. Wow, this is saying Spirit of Truth was literally, Marie, this is saying you were literally with us from the start of this live. That is powerful. All right, let me get this question and answer this question for you guys. And I'm answering this question to give you guys time, to throw your key takeaways in the chat. And as you throw your key takeaways in the chat, I'll be able to share them with our community. But share your key takeaways, guys. Be faithful. Share your key takeaways. Be faithful. Share your key takeaways. It looks like TikTok's taken the question away. Or is it me? Am I just looking in the wrong section? Because I'm seeing Hammery's comments. And I think Hammery came in after the question was asked. All right. Let's see. Maybe I haven't gone high enough. Yeah, it looks like it has actually taken the question away. All right, so I'm gonna try my best to answer the question from my memory of what the question was, and I can't even remember who asked the question. But the question that came in was, Samuel, what was it in your past that has caused you to be so diligent, that has molded you? I think the word molded was in there. That has molded you into the person you are today. I think that was the question. I guess I've got to give all, like, I don't have the time to go through all of this right now. But again, if you're following me on YouTube, you're probably going to see a video where I end up sharing that. But what I'd say is there's 3 aspects to that answer, and I'm going to answer all of them. I'm going to share what all 3 of them are. Yeah, it's not showing the question. I've realized that it's not showing the question. All right, cool. So I'm going to, oh, wow, here we go. Marie is a vessel of value. Marie, thank you so much. Marie, it looks like, I could be wrong, but it looks like Marie literally found the question, copied it and pasted it here. Marie, thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, guys, for those of you who are joining on Facebook, if you're joining on Instagram, if you're joining on YouTube, can you just say thank you, Marie, inside of the chat? Because Marie literally just hit the game changer. She literally found the question and pasted it. And on the phone that I'm on, for some reason, it weren't showing it. All right, so I'm going to read the question and I'm going to answer the question. And those of you who haven't thrown your key takeaways in, now's the time. Take advantage of that. Throw your key takeaways in so that we can have those before we wrap up for today's session. All right, the question that came in earlier. And Marie, do you know who asked the question? Or was it you who asked the question? I don't know, but let me know if you know who asked the question. And guys, we hit 13,400 likes on TikTok, just so you know, it's official. Wow, what a great representation of value. Let's go. All right, so the question says, what moments in life would you say shaped you for who you are today, Samuel? Okay, Cassie was the person who asked the question. All right, so Cassie, this answer is for you and it's for everyone else. What moments in life would you say shaped you for who you are today, Samuel? Now, the answer to that question is there are multiple moments. There are so many, because every moment we are creating momentum and movement in our life, all right? Either movement in the right direction or movement in the wrong direction. But I'm going to give you 3 that really stand out to me. The first one was my dad. And when I say my dad, I just mean everything about my dad. Like, my dad is just like a wisdom, like treasure chest, right? My dad has been giving me African parables, adages, like stories, like since I was born, obviously, right? And like me and my dad used to have this thing which was super weird. I thought it was super weird because I'm one of 4 boys, right? So I've got 3 brothers, and I never saw any of my brothers do this, but I used to do this. I used to just sit in my dad's bedroom. This was probably when I was kind of older, so I might have been like 19. Like I was probably like at a stage where I was fixing up my life, and it might have been just before I had to fix up my life. So maybe I was like 15, 16, but I used to sit in my dad's bedroom late at night, and me and my dad would talk till like 3 in the morning, right? Just talk, like me and my dad talking, okay? So my dad is one of the big moments in that regard. Like my moments, let me say it like that. My moments with my dad are one of the big things that had a massive impact in my life. And that's one of the reasons why I pay so much for coaching, because I understand the kind of value that I got from my dad, a man who was an actual man, not the kind of thing they're calling men today, but like having a real man speak life into you and a real man educate you and teach you and show you is priceless. So this is the reason why, like my coaches, like, guys, the price doesn't matter. Like, I'll figure it out to get in the right rooms because I understand the value that my dad imparted into me. Okay, so that's the first moments. They were my moments with my dad. The second moments is moments with my mum, but not necessarily lots of these moments, but significant moments really made an impact on me. So some of those moments, I'll just give you two, or I'll give you three because our brains think in threes. The first moment that really stood out to me about, or from my mum, was when my mum was made redundant. So my mum worked for 15 years in a bank in central London. And after 15 years, one day, you know, they just walked in the room and said, oh, your name was on the list. So my mum was made redundant just because her name was on the list one day. And that moment had an impact on me when she came home and she told us and she couldn't pay her mortgage and she struggled to sell her house. That had an impact on me. That was part of the reason I think years later at 19, because at that time I was 11, so 8 years later I became an estate agent as my first full-time job. I think that was because of what happened to my mum. So my mum being made redundant. The second moment with my mum was, I don't really want to talk about this, but it was kind of horrific. It wasn't horrific, it stands out to me. There was a time I was with my mum, me and my mum, and I think a couple of my brothers, if not all of my brothers. I think we were going church, but we were basically running for a bus. We were running to catch a bus and my mum slipped over. And my mum wears glasses, or she used to wear glasses all of the time. Now she wears glasses when she wants. But she slipped over and I believe she broke her glasses that day. And obviously glasses go on our eyes. Our eyes are very delicate parts of our body. And I just remember that day feeling like life isn't supposed to be like this. Like, we shouldn't be running for a bus. Like, life's not supposed to be like this. So that was another moment. I don't think I've ever spoken about that on the internet ever before. Like, I don't think I've ever spoken about that on a live. Yeah, because even till today, like, guys, I'm 40, right? I'm 40, and that still touches my heart. Was that a gift? It says Marie sent hearty talk ×1. Thank you, Marie. I don't know what that is. I'm still learning TikTok. I assume that's a badge or something. And those of you using TikTok, if you're getting value, feel free to throw your likes or badges in. Thank you. But I appreciate that. And Marie, if you know what that was, let me know what it is, please, because I'd like to learn. All right. So like I said, like, I don't ever share that online because it still touches me till today. I believe that's still a wound. Or no, that's still a scab. It hasn't yet become a wound. So I don't know when that will ever become a wound because like it's just a deep thing, but it hit me. Like, I can't remember how old I was. I might have been like 7, 8 years old at the time. But I just remember thinking to myself, like, what happened to my mum shouldn't happen. Like, my mum shouldn't be falling down running for a bus, like a bus that I can't even remember if we end up getting on the bus or not. But it's like, I just remember the sense of danger. And I remember as a young boy wanting to protect my mum and knowing I can't protect my mum because we're running for buses, right? So that was the second moment that I would say, yeah, it's a moment that made me realize, like I don't like my wife will tell you if you get her on the mic ever. And those of you who come into the Cash Flow Creation Week ever, you'll see my wife because she teaches on day 4 sometimes. But she will tell you, like, when we first got married, like, I said to her, like, I don't expect you being on public transport. Like, I'll buy a car, I'll buy as many cars as we need. Like, I don't want you on public transport. And yes, she has traveled on public transport. She can travel on public transport. This ain't no, like, oh, I'm forcing you thing. But this is just my preference. Why? Because I don't want my wife running for a bus. Like, I don't want my wife in a situation I watch my mum in, right? And yeah, so that's the second one. Anyway, third moment with my mum, I would say, was when I used to have to go to a mental institution to visit my mum. Okay, and when I was in secondary school as a young child, my mum dealt with negative mental health issues, which I believe were engineered partly by the financial situation she went through when she couldn't pay her mortgage. Okay, now for me, this is a wound because I talk about this a lot, and I talk about it a lot because of how many people I know suffer from this in our community. And there's so many people, oh, okay, it's a coin, it's a gift. Thank you so much, Marie, I appreciate you. I know in our community, it's not even our community, I know in the world, so many people have people going through negative mental health situations and they don't talk about it, which is one of the reasons why I'm always not comfortable, but I always talk about it. I always talk about the fact that I had to visit, going through my secondary school years. I had 5 years in secondary school. 3 of those years, my mum was what they call in the UK sectioned, which means like the police came to my house, ambulances came to my house, took my mum away, took her to a mental institution. And I would come on my way home from school and go to a mental institution to visit my mum for like significant periods of 3 of the years out of the 5 years I was in secondary school. All right. And that happened because of finances. So this is why I studied the Bible vehemently to find the secrets. This is why I don't believe if we're going to these churches and these churches are truly teaching the word of God, that we should be looking broke, busted and disgusted when that's not what the Bible teaches. It's not what the Bible shares. It's not what the Bible says God has for us. This is why I have a commitment to truth. And now today I have a commitment to you in terms of the YouTube. So hopefully this is valuable to you guys. I don't know, like guys, me sharing this why I do this stuff, is this helpful to you? I don't know. So I shared with you guys, I'll share 3 moments. So the first moments are moments with my dad. The second moments were these 3 moments I just shared with you with my mum, and obviously like a lot more with my mum. Like my mum's like super valuable to me. Like I love my mum. Like you guys probably know that, right? Just from my energy. And I do a lot of this to make sure that people like my mum don't have to go through what my mum went through. That's a big part of my reason why, okay? So there's those 2 moments. And then the third moment is a moment I talk about a lot as well, probably in our ministry circles more so, but that was when I celebrated my 18th birthday in prison. And the reason why is because most people on their 18th birthday are having the biggest party they've had in their life. Most people on their 18th birthday are doing other things to symbolize success. But on my 18th birthday, I was in a prison cell. And I was in a prison cell because at the age of 11, when I watched my mum become redundant, or when I watched my mum did not become redundant. I reject that in Jesus' name. When I watched my mum lose her job and her job was made redundant, or she was made redundant from her job, I remember like thinking to myself, like just doing the maths, calculating and saying to myself, like jobs don't work. Like mum wants me to go to school to get a good job, but she got a good job and she worked for 15 years and they just said her name's on a paper and just told her to go. So I realized like at 11, like jobs were not the answer. And yes, I still went and studied 4 degrees. I still went and became a teacher. I still went and became a teacher. Like I still went and got jobs. I worked multiple jobs. But I think at the age of 11, that experience, that moment, coming back to Cassie's question, that moment had such an impact on me that it just meant I couldn't keep doing what I was doing. All right, so I hope that helps. And Marie, you said same here. Just elaborate for me so I know what you were identifying with when you said same here. But I love that, Marie. I love that. I love that. I love that. And all of you guys who are tuned in on TikTok, like, let me know who's tuned in. Hey, Samuel, this is X from Y, and let me know where you're tuning in from. Those of you who are joining us on Instagram, pray you've got tons of value. Those of you who are joining us on YouTube, pray you got tons of value. Those of you who are joining us on Facebook, I found out from Marie, you guys can't comment, but again, I pray you got tons of value. But with that being said, guys, it's that time. Good day. God bless. I pray that you can make a commitment because you only need one reason. But I'm here to tell you today that I've got 898 reasons at the time of this session, and I'm going to make it happen. So with that being said, good day. God bless. Watch this space, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.